Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dispatch Game Day, presented by Jets Pizza. My name is Ryan Antonucci, joined here by Quentin Bursch, and we're about to take you to the field for your Hersey Huskies against the Elk Grove Grenadiers. It's homecoming week, so the huge homecoming game tonight as your Huskies move on to their second game in conference play. Q-tip, we're just coming off a Hersey win, Hersey beating Wheeling 62-0. What do we expect tonight against this Elk Grove team?
You know, I expect it to be another blowout. It is our homecoming night, and senior night was last week, so we might not get as many seniors on the field, might see some more backups, but I expect it to be just as good as last week. And one thing I want to point out is everybody at Hersey was really talking about how good Jake Narot did against Niles West. You know, he had 245 yards for like 17 completions, I believe. But this week against Wheeling, he had 9 completions for 285 yards.
Really?
Same amount of touchdowns, went for 6 touchdowns, but way less completions. How do you think those stats more on the long balls, like, do you think it changed the game at all for Hersey?
Well, I'm not quite getting your question here.
Jake Narot against Niles West had 17 completions for 245 yards. Mm-hmm. This week against Wheeling, he had half the completions for more yards, 285.
I think we saw more deep passes this week against Wheeling, and I think that just tons of chunk plays, whereas there's a lot of screen passes, dump-off passes against Niles West, especially early on in the game. But last week what we saw was just many more deep passes. I like to call them Tom Nelson special type plays, sending the receiver downfield, and I think that's definitely what set apart the number of completions made.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. How do you think the playbook will transition into the game against Elk Grove? Do you think it's going to be more long balls?
I think it's going to be pretty similar to that Wheeling game. Like you said, homecoming game, one of the last couple of home games of the year. And I think that Tom Nelson really wants to spotlight his stars, spotlight Jake Narot. For all scouts are coming to these games, and with the long balls, deep passes, you're absolutely going to get it like that. But let's not shy away from this Elk Grove team. In fact, Elk Grove is returning 11 starters from last year, and last year's team finished 4-5. They were just 3 points away from qualifying for the state playoffs. It would have been their first qualification in the past since 2022. But they come into the season kind of with a sour taste in their mouth. 4-5, a win away from the state tournament, and they're off to a rough start so far, going 1-4, 0-1 in conference. Huge loss to Rolling Meadows last week. What does this Elk Grove team need to do to turn their season around in the home stretch and make those playoffs?
I think if they want any chance whatsoever, they might have to try the run game at Hersey, because we've talked about the run defense for the Huskies isn't as great as it was in years prior. But one thing I want to point out is these last 2 weeks against Wheeling and Niles West, the net run yards have both been below like 50. So the run defense is actually getting way better for the Huskies, and I think the Grenadiers if they can't get motion in the air, they're going to go towards the ground and then they're going to get stuffed. So I really don't know if there is anything they could change, especially to try and win against these Huskies.
And I think a lot of the stats that may affect the Hersey run defense was the first 2 running backs we saw in the year. Mm-hmm. Aaron Stewart from Warren and the Barrington running back, who really put up huge numbers against the Huskies, which may skewer those results, as the Husky defense has been absolutely shut down since in terms of offenses. A single point hasn't been scored in the past 3 weeks. So I think that the Husky defense is definitely, as you were saying, looks stronger, but maybe that's just the quality of opponent that they're playing. So further looking at this game, Coach Daniel O'Donnell, head coach for Elk Grove for another year. And last year, Hersey won 55-7. I was not at that game. I don't know if you were at that game. What other game plan strategies does Elk Grove have to implement against this Husky team? Look, as we've seen them so far, knowing Hersey's strengths and weaknesses, you mentioned the run game, but what else really needs to be shown by this Elk Grove offense?
I think if they can lock in their special teams, maybe get a couple yards after the kick returns and stuff, because our special teams have been going crazy. I don't know if you remember, we were calling that game last week against Wheeling, and they just kept running out of bounds, and they never even gained a yard on their special teams. I think they had 1 positive run on a kick return, and I feel like if Elk Grove could harness their kick returns, they might just have a chance.
All right. Well, we're going to transition over to a more lighthearted part of our broadcast here. The Hersey NF walk just happened this past week. It's in support of Ben Meek, who we had as a guest picker last week. And the Hersey football team comes in support for Coach Joe Pardun and Ben Meek, who both suffer from NF. We're going to show you a quick reel that was made by a Hersey Dispatch member.
Hi, I'm Kristen Meek. So NF stands for neurofibromatosis, which is a disorder that causes tumors to grow on nerves throughout the body. And so this is the Children's Tumor Foundation Chicago NF Walk. We've had it in Arlington Heights since 2016. And in 2016, we had somewhere between 50 and 75 people, and today we're gonna have almost 600 people. So we're Team Mighty Meeks. Our last name is Meek, and we do this for my son Ben, who has NF. And our team alone has raised over $100,000. Can be very scary, especially as a parent. So having people come together and have some joy and some community together is what I like the best. Our shirts say superheroes in the fight against NF, and I always want him to feel strong in this battle and not feel like a victim. Over the years, it's motivated me even more because of the work that CTF is doing. They've made so much strides that I can see what our funding is doing, so it's really motivating.
It means a lot. I mean, I've been doing it since I can remember. It just means a lot because every year it grows and a lot of people show up, and it means a lot for everyone. Doing the tunnel with the football team, it's fun. I like that part. They help set up everything. They cut down so much time. They make a great example for the kids and help support them. Just seeing people's faces, to have an area where everyone knows what you're going through, and just where it's not just you that's going through it, and that's what I like about it.
All right, we hope you enjoyed that reel. Now we're going to begin our favorite part, or our personal favorite part, of the Hersey Dispatch Game Day broadcast. It is our selection picks, our weekly selection picks. Q-Tip, you are 24-4 going into this. I'm 22-6. You had an excellent second week that we did it, but I'm gaining some ground. I was 8-0 last week. Ben Meek, who was our guest picker last week, is 7-1. Now we're joined by another guest picker, former Hersey Dispatch broadcaster, RCB, Ryan Schursbetz. Give a little introduction.
In case you guys don't know, I'm RCB. I was doing football play-by-play a couple years ago, passed it off to these two guys. I've been keeping up to date with the team and real excited by what I've seen so far this season.
All right, let's get into our games now. First game, number 1 ranked Mount Carmel versus number 3 Brother Rice. A battle of two powerhouse teams. Every year they're pretty consistent, being number 1, 2, 3, 4, top 5 every year. And today it's going to be an interesting matchup between two undefeated teams. Q-Tip, what do we got?
I've got Brother Rice.
Yeah, Brother Rice.
Brother Rice going in this game. I'm feeling the upset. Number 1, Mount Carmel. I know their running game's strong, but I think Brother Rice has a really, really strong defense. They've got some good corners, and I'm taking Brother Rice.
RCB?
I'm actually going to go with Mount Carmel, and it's simply because I think they have the more overpowering offense. Going into this week, they're averaging 41.8 points per game, just slightly a hair above Brother Rice at 38 points a game. Got to go with the high-powered offense.
Yeah, I'm also going to take Mount Carmel as well. Mount Carmel coming into this game, the 1 seed, they're at home. Mount Carmel, like both of you said, very explosive offense. Both teams played St. Rita, and if you want to compare scores, Mount Carmel did win by the bigger margin. But both teams have been battle-tested so far going into this game. It's going to be really exciting how it turns out. It feels like one of those games that it could be anybody's game. All right, Lake Forest versus Stevenson. Stevenson coming into this game 4-1. Lake Forest 2-3. The Patriots off to a strong start this year. They played Prospect. Q-Tip, who do we got?
I've got Stevenson. I feel like this one's going to be an easy win for Stevenson. Let their backups come in the second half. I'm taking Stevenson all the way.
Yeah, I've also got Stevenson in this one. I think it's more goes down to the fact Lake Forest lost to Lake Zurich last week, and I think Stevenson is a better team than Lake Zurich. So just simple process of elimination gives you Stevenson.
And yeah, I'm going to agree with both of you guys here. Stevenson, though Stevenson has struggled these past couple of weeks, a tight win against Mundelein. I still think Stevenson is a stronger team, better program. They were kind of came into the season with pretty high expectations, and I believe they're going to follow through with another win, moving themselves to 5-1, and also clinching that state playoff spot. All right, Conant versus Barrington, a MSL West game here. Probably the weakest MSL West game we'll see, but Conant at home. Who do we have?
I've got Barrington. I mean, they beat the Huskies, and now they're going to destroy Conant.
Yeah, I've also got Barrington. I think it's kind of an easy pick there. Barrington has been a very strong team for a handful of years now. Conant still trying to find their footing, so Barrington.
Yeah, Conant is at home at this one, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. Barrington, I believe, I saw Fremd in the rankings was ranked number 8. I believe Barrington should have that spot. I think they're a much stronger team this year. Hersey played them early on. Obviously, we lost. It's a 3-score game or 2-score game, but I just think Conant, we've compared them to Wheeling in the past. They are 2-3 this year. They have picked up a couple wins, but I do think Barrington's going to take this one. All right, Palatine versus Schaumburg. Palatine just coming off a loss to Barrington. Schaumburg with a loss to Hoffman Estates. Who do we have, Q-Tip?
I think this is sort of an interesting game because I think Palatine and Barrington are very similar teams, just in the way they run the ball and pass the ball. And so I got Palatine winning, but I really like the way Schaumburg played last week. And I think this is kind of a harder decision than we really look at it to be.
Yeah, I feel like this game is, and we'll get to you, RSV, in a second, but I think this game on paper seems like Palatine should win by a lot. Palatine has always been the top program. Schaumburg kind of underthought of 5-4, 4-5 pretty much every season. But Palatine, they're 2-3 right now, and they've had some bad losses. The Maine South, they struggled last week against Barrington. I am still going to take Palatine in this one because I just think that they've had a tough schedule and they haven't looked the best that they've been able to look. But I wouldn't be surprised if Schaumburg took this one on the road. Or speed.
Yeah, I mean, I've also got Palatine. That makes all three of us. But for the exact same reasons, I think this game is going to be very close. Palatine, right, the difficult schedule leading into this one. But man, Schaumburg has really shown some promise that we haven't seen in recent years. So I think this is going to be a real fun game to watch.
Yeah, and they were playing undefeated Hoffman last week, and Schaumburg was making it much closer than it was for the first 3 quarters. Then it kind of spread out. But I remember when we were looking at the scores together, it was like 8-7 for a long period of time. But then eventually Hoffman began to run away with it. All right, last game. This game's a slow shade game of the week. It's Hoffman Estates at home versus Fremd. Not sure if it's Hoffman's homecoming, but I think that would also factor in to the outcome of this one. Both teams 5-0. It's going to be a pretty strong game, but what do we have? Q-Tip.
Dude, I really don't know for this one. I know you guys have Hoffman winning just because they're a stronger team, but a lot of my friends go to Fremd, and I feel like I really got trust in the Fremd defense. I like the way their D-line's looking. They've got some big players on there, and I think I'm actually going to take Fremd on this one.
Well, I'm actually going to go Fremd too. I think that their offense is going to prevail in this one. I think they've got the better quarterback. And it'll be a game. I mean, it's the game of the week for a reason, but I've got Fremd.
Yeah, I also am taking Fremd in this one. I think Hoffman, though they're undefeated, may not have had the same type of strength of schedule that Fremd has played so far. It will be a good test for Hoffman. Hoffman continues to be ranked ahead of the Huskies in the MSL West Power, or in the MSL Power rankings. But I still think that Fremd's a stronger team. But this is another interesting game. I feel like we have a lot of very interesting games in the MSL West this week, which could really show the character of some of these teams as we go down the stretch of the season.
I guess I stand corrected there. I really thought you guys were going to take Hoffman.
It was tempting. I mean,
it's a tempting pick. Yeah. I thought one of us was going to pick Hoffman there. All right, MSL East. We'll start with Prospect Wheeling. I feel like there's not much to say about this one, but Q-Tip, what do we have?
Yeah, we're taking the Knights, unfortunately. It's not good to say. It doesn't feel great. But you got to take the Knights here.
Yeah, the Knights are going to say good night to Wheeling, and they're going to take this one.
Oh, that's a little Q-Tip. Taking a little out of Q-Tip's book there with yeah, I'm going to take Prospect here. I think that Prospect has looked stronger all year. We compare him to Hersey often, and Hersey obviously demolished Wheeling last week, so I would imagine it's the same. All right, Rolling Meadows versus Buffalo Grove. Rolling Meadows off to an amazing start this season. Buffalo Grove has also had some pretty strong wins recently. They did just lose a Prospect, but what do we think we have in this one, Q-Tip?
I've got Rolling Meadows all the way. You know, I always say I love to shout out my brother-in-law who's a coach over there. I say it every time, and I'm going to keep taking them I think until they play the Huskies, really.
I've got Meadows winning as well. I think this is the first time I've ever picked Meadows to win a game looking at the rankings. But BG, is kind of almost in a rebuilding phase, and Meadows is really building strongly off of the past 2 years of development. And I think they're going to win this one.
I mentioned it last week, but one of the linebackers for Meadows did just tear their ACL. So it's brutal to see out there, but I wonder how it's going to affect their play because it didn't really seem to affect them that much last week.
Yeah, Meadows came off a dominant win against Elk Grove. I believe the score was 49 or 48-0, which is honestly the score I kind of projected Hersey to beat Elk Grove by. So I think Meadows is severely underrated right now in the MSL East, and I think when Hersey plays them week 9, I think that could be a pretty interesting game. I still think Hersey's going to win that one, but I think it's going to be much closer than people predict. Meadows has looked pretty weak these past couple years, but they're kind of on a tear right now. I have them over Buffalo Grove. All right, it's homecoming week. It's a huge game, second game in the MSL East Conference for the Huskies so far. They take on Elk Grove. Who do we have here in our spotlight game tonight?
Mush, Huskies, mush. I've got the Huskies in this thing. And one thing I do want to talk about that I forgot to mention earlier when we were talking about just the Huskies team overall, but our tight end room is looking disgusting. And unless Elk Grove can find a way to stop our tight ends, let me just mention this. Jackson Wilder had 3 pass catches for 3 touchdowns and 107 yards. So it's not like those are just, shovel passes to the tight end outside, but you have to watch out for Tyler Wenting, Josh Riggs, Austin Schultz, Brandon Jenkins on the run game. You have to watch out for so many parts of this Hersey offense. And then you've got Jackson Wilder, the tight end, coming in, putting up 107 yards on only 3 catches and a touchdown every time he touched the ball.
Yeah.
I've also got the Huskies in this one. I think they're going to continue the shutout streak as well.
Yes, I would hope that they would continue this shutout streak. Yeah, if you're a Grenadier, you're marching into Goins Stadium and you're just looking at a sea of orange in the Orange Crush student section. You got a bunch of dogs on this Hersey roster. I think there's no other choice but to take the nuke and put it on and say the Huskies are going to win this one. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We thank you for joining us for this pregame show. Once again, I'm Ryan Antonucci, joined here by Quentin Bursch and RCB. We're going to head up to the broadcast booth now, and we're going to take you to the game. We thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dispatch Game Day, presented by Jets Pizza. My name's Ryan Antonucci, joined here by Quentin Bursch, and we're about to take you to the field for your Hersey Huskies against the Elk Grove Grenadiers. It's homecoming week, so the huge homecoming game.
I guess we can unmute ourselves. Dude, my shirt looks old.
Hello everybody and welcome to Roland R. Goins Stadium for another Hersey Dispatch Game Day broadcast. My name is Ryan Antonucci, joined here by Quentin Bursch, and tonight we have an excellent homecoming matchup between your Hersey Huskies and the Elk Grove Grenadiers. Q-Tip, the Huskies coming into this game on a 3-game win streak. What are we supposed to expect going forward for the Huskies?
You know, I think our defense is going to play immaculate today. Elk Grove running a 2-quarterback offense. We'll see how that works for them. I think the Huskies are going to be able to swarm and take down the Grenadiers within minutes.
So it is homecoming tonight, so we do have some Hersey alumni joining us in the broadcast booth tonight. Ryan Contreras-Betts and Johnny Fahey, two previous play-by-play announcers, are going to be rotating in color for tonight's game. All right, with that, we're going to take you down to the game. All right, special guest Ryan Contreras-Betts joining us today in the booth. RCB, any words for us pre-game?
I mean, honestly, I'm glad to be back. It's good to be with the old crew one last time here this evening. I'm pretty excited to see what the Huskies can do, you know, coming off of back-to-back shutouts.
Yeah.
Let's keep the streak going here.
Yeah, so we're moments away here from kickoff.
You know, RCB, obviously you've had a lot more opportunities out of high school now going into I don't know what you'd call it. Do you want to describe it for the fans here? But it seems like you're doing what you love out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always trying to work on different football broadcasts. I invested in NFL Plus Pro, actually, to get all 22 footage. I've been studying that, getting ready for hopefully some college reps, you know, talking to a few different colleges in the area, trying to get media stuff started over at Harper College locally while I'm there this year, and then can't wait to get down to Mizzou next year.
Yeah, a tremendous career from RCB, and it shows the future that many Hersey Dispatch broadcasters have. We're going to talk to Johnny next. He's at Marquette. RCB off to Mizzou, we believe, next year. And so it's just all this opportunity here at Hersey, and hopefully in the near future, me and Q-Tip could get something going.
Yeah, I mean, that's the plan.
All right, Huskies ready to receive to start off this game here. Husky special teams has been very strong recently. Let's give a quick shout out to our crew working tonight's game. Referee Tim Lucas, Justin Dimitri, Ed Wysocki, Larry Newberry, and Bill Creneville.
Speaking of our crew, let's give a shout out to Emily Durkin, producing
and homecoming MC Emily Durkin today. She's been proudly showing off her medal. All right, and we start with an onside kick that's going to be picked up by the Huskies down the sideline and taken down at about the 25-yard line. So a strange start to this matchup.
On that one.
Shane Georgakakis on the grab, and Elk Grove trying to start immediately getting some pressure on these Huskies for homecoming game. You know, you could see the pageantry tonight for Hersey and Elk Grove trying to take advantage of some of that momentum. But Huskies starting with excellent field position, first down on the 22-yard line.
I mean, it's a high-risk, high-maneuver play that a lot of high school coaches utilize. I talked about this a few years ago. Go down to, there's a coach named Kevin Kelly down in Arkansas. He's known as a coach who never punts. He starts every game with an onside kick because the theory is, hey, recover the kick right away because then you get 2 possessions to start the game. High risk, high reward.
Jake Nara heading out for this Husky defense. I found out, or Husky offense, I found out before the game, he's 1,000 yards away from the single season passing record. A handoff now to Jenkins. Jenkins cutting across the middle. He has room. He's still on his feet, and he's going to be taken down at about the 10-yard line. So an excellent run to start off there for Jenkins, starting with the first down.
You know, speaking of Brandon Jenkins, he is 596 rushing yards away from the career record at Hersey. As Ryan just said, Jake Narrod is 1,033 yards away from the single season record.
Yeah, and I believe both of those players should be able to get it by the end of the year, especially with their strength of schedule coming up for the remainder of the season. You got to imagine also a lot of deep balls today from this Hersey offense. All right, Narrod looking to pass now, scrambles to the outside. He may take this himself and will get pushed out of bounds, reaching for the end zone. Marlon Johnson, the chant from the Hersey Orange Crush. And that takes me to my next point. Today's homecoming, so we had our homecoming royalties announced today. Charlie McDonald, Will Corley, and Marlon Johnson, the 3 royalties who were selected. A very competitive pool, and we were great to see. I was at the assembly earlier today. I know you were home, Q-Tip.
I went bowling.
You went bowling?
I went bowling, yeah.
Are you going out for Hersey Boys Bowling?
Oh, you know it. You know, I'm kind of the heart of the program here, and I like to get the boys out there. And I always try to go bowling whenever I have free time in the school day.
All right, Narrod takes it himself to the outside, into the end zone for the Hersey touchdown. A 3-yard rush for Jake Narrod starts off the scoring for the Huskies in a game that we imagine there will be plenty of scoring. And the Jake Narrod rush makes it 6-0 for these Huskies.
I mean, I really like the play action call there from head coach Tom Nelson. Really good play fake, and Jenkins sold it well, gave Narrod a clear open lane to the left to rush it in.
Jack Mao has been 8 for 8 in the past 2 weeks in both games, 16 for 16. Can he go 17?
Mao, the kick, it's up, and it's good. The extra point from Jack Mao. He's been perfect so far this year, and adds on another one, making it 7-0. Your Huskies with an early lead, 11-11 remaining in this first quarter. That drive aided by the onside kick, recovered by Shaden Georgakakis. Well, do you think Hersey's going to respond with an onside kick of their own?
I doubt so. I mean, honestly, the defense can really pin back Elk Grove deep in their end. Let's just see the kick go far enough. I mean, I wanted it to land probably about the 15-yard line, maybe a 10-yard rush, and you're really in business there on the defense.
You know, our tackling on our special teams has been just immaculate. We've got Parker Flaherty and, just blanking on names here. Parker Flaherty has been he has so many tackles already this season. And then also we see Olaf Jedrick coming out to kick now. He's got the biggest leg on the team.
Yeah, Olaf Jedrick and Jack Foster have been rotating at kicks. Jack Foster's actually out there to kick. Jack Foster, he's pinned some teams deep in their own territory.
I saw Olaf lined up in the huddle.
He's on the sideline.
It was Olaf.
I mean, I know Jack is always working on his craft. You always see he's very particular about his work ethic.
Yeah, the COVID Snapchat story showing his kicking journey, and see, it takes him here, a homecoming kick here for Foster.
The person I was trying to find earlier was Nick Jalaka.
This one going to be returned by the Meadows receiver. Is going to be taken down at about the 20-yard line.
That's Jackson Travis, the backup running back.
I believe that was Ryan Tanner on the return.
Jackson Travis on the tackle, excuse me. The person I was trying to get out earlier was Nick Jalaka. Him and Parker Flaherty are just a special teams dynamic duo out there. They're just stopping everybody.
All right, let's get a first look at this Elk Grove offense. They're starting 2 quarterbacks.
That one's number 11.
We'll have a Nathan Dean starting off. He was the starter going into the season, but whatever the coaching decision was, they've changed it up. This is a pass looking outside, and it's just going to be overthrown.
I like that man coverage from Walton. He was kind of on him the whole time and no PI whatsoever. Hard for the receiver to make a play there.
I mean, that's got to be a perfect ball from the quarterback, too.
Yeah.
I really thought the route was well run. It was well defended, but if that ball goes right over his back shoulder, that could be a clear touchdown for Elk Grove. So a little bit of a break from the Huskies there.
Sal Walton is one of the fastest players on the Huskies, though.
Apologize. It's hard to see these names here for Elk Grove, but I'll try my best. A handoff now. Handoff is to Jacob Bruford, who's going to be tackled.
I mean, the yellow numbers definitely make it difficult to see. Yellow on white. I mean, wheeling, I know, really bad
That was
numbers.
Tego Miles, number 8.
Tego Miles, all right. Tego Miles. Yeah, last week we had the tan wheeling on the white. This week we have the brightest yellow I've seen on white. So
at least you didn't have a rain game last week like I did back in the past.
Dean with the pass.
You know, that could have been picked off right there, thrown straight into traffic by 4 Huskies.
Joe Acino, the target. Incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, Luke Casey was right there down the middle of the field. I just don't think he saw the ball heading right in his direction. Could have been a big-time pick there.
You know, Luke Casey had one of the greatest catches I've ever seen from the Huskies on week 1. And just the amount of stars on this Husky team, I want to see more from Luke Casey, especially throughout these recent weeks. It's Wentink in the backfield, I believe.
The punt almost got a hand on it there. It was one of the Hersey special teams members, and it's going to be fielded by Wentink with a fair catch. And Huskies are starting in Elk Grove territory.
I mean, not the longest punt distance-wise, but that had really good hang time. And one thing you can tell if you're a punter, if you have that ball turning end over end, usually that's good news for your hang time. So well-executed punt despite the shorter distance, because it allowed it to be a fair catch for the Elk Grove defenders to rush in there.
Ryan, you missed it. In one of our past lives, we actually saw the punter kick the ball straight into his lineman's butt for the fumble, and the Huskies recovered.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was Niles West, right?
I believe so.
It must have been before I was watching that game.
Riggs in motion. There's going to be a flag.
It's got to be false start, and Elk Grove is clapping.
False start on the Huskies. You know, I'd like to shout out our referee crew again. They have the mics tied to our PA system. You never really see that, only in college sports. William Haynes with the false start for the Huskies, and Huskies going to be backed up 5 yards, 1st and 15.
I mean, I will say that is the first time outside of a playoff game that I helped work a broadcast at York High School that I heard the officials use the mic.
Nara looking deep, pass over the middle, caught by Wentink. He gets pushed out of bounds. So Nara coming out passing. You know he wants those 1,000 yards across these next 4 games here. And a laser.
Last week, Wentink had a touchdown for 44 yards, and he only caught 3 passes.
So the Huskies next week going to take on Buffalo Grove. It's going to be their first road game in the MSL East. Riggs in motion, pitch off to Jenkins. Jenkins has room, still on his feet. He's going to be tackled at just past the 30-yard line, and so the Huskies are driving.
Jenkins had a good blocker there in front of him, gave him a little bit of room, despite a few stumbles too, so he was able to pick up a few more yards than it looked like initially after first contact. I mean, Jenkins has that shiftiness and he has that speed, but he has that brute strength you need as a power running back.
Tackle made by Jeremiah Wright. Handoff now to Jenkins. Jenkins swallowed up by the Elk Grove, but he's still on his feet. However, tackled at the 17-yard line. There is going to be a flag on the Huskies, so this play will come back. No microphone from the refs that time. Now I'm expecting the microphone. I guess I got to pay a little bit more attention to the refs.
It doesn't really seem like they've called the flag yet.
Well, one of our officials pointed towards the Huskies. The Huskies are walking back. However, the other official spotted the ball right where Jenkins was tackled. So, all right, holding on number 88, Jackson Wilder. This play is going to come back.
You know, Wilder went off for his best week of the season last week. 3 receptions for 107 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and Wilder, another member of the homecoming court for this homecoming week, so impressive to see Hersey football players representing on and off the field. Wentick in motion. Norrat rolls out, passes to Wentick, who's wide open, makes a move towards the inside. He stays on his feet, but quickly gets tackled, and Huskies make up the lost ground they had from the penalty.
I mean, great time out of there from that play action. Love the way Norrat ran over to his right and didn't try to force the pass. He waited until Wentick really was ready to receive it. And great move by Wentick too, cutting to the inside. Too many times you'll see a young player cut to the outside, and you're not going to gain as many yards that way.
And Norrat has done an excellent job this year on his feet. Plenty of rollout passes, and there's another example. 1st and 10, ball on the 15. Norrat's going to pass, quick screen pass to Wentick, which is dropped. They're saying it was a forward pass, so no fumble on that one. There's a quick bobble right there by Wentick. I don't believe that was that pass was pretty on target.
I mean, it was right in his chest. I think the big issue there from Wentick was he was trying to make a move too fast. He was awaiting the coming in safety or corner, and he just made that quick juke way too fast. Didn't secure the ball. And so now we'll go back and have 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the screen passes are hard. You don't know if somebody's running up to pick it off or someone's coming to tackle you. Hand off to Jenkins. Jenkins has room, cutting across the middle and into the end zone for the Hersey touchdown. Jenkins with a 15-yard rush tallies his first touchdown of the game. And it seems to be almost every week that he's putting another run into the end zone.
I don't know if you noticed there, but the downfield blocking from Josh Riggs was immaculate. You know, you don't see that a lot from the receivers. Sometimes they sort of just give up the play when they see somebody coming towards them. But Riggs pushed somebody outside, then turned inside, forced another person out of the way. Jenkins only had one man to beat, and he does it.
I mean, that was a great notice there by you, Q-Tip. I mean, usually you think the tight ends are going to be the ones that are your receiver blockers, but the outside receivers can do it too.
Mau's kick is up, and it's good. 14-0, your Huskies lead with 8:20 remaining in this first quarter.
How many balls do you think are in the backyard of that family?
I don't know. They probably got a whole collection back there. I don't see anybody back, like, trying to catch it on the Hersey. Actually, never mind. There's a Arlington Dogs player running back with the ball over there. So maybe they got somebody back there.
Yeah, I was going to say, right before you mentioned that up, Q-Tip, I was going to be like, man, I wonder if he's booting it out the back of the over fence there, but not in that case.
During practice, you'd have to imagine they kick on the other field goal, and they just don't put them into the...
Well, I mean, often you will see, right, the visitors will kick on their own end zone, but high school kicking is a lost art. I mean, go back 10, 15 years, everyone has a competent high school kicker. Nowadays, it's real hit or miss, and for the Huskies to have really 3 kickers on the roster that can actually boot the ball with consistency, that says there's a lot of good development going on in that program.
Yeah, and Hersey's also seen a lot of teams with strong kickers. New Trier, my freshman, sophomore year, prospect. I forgot his name, but he's always been golden. But seems like Hersey's really caught up with the rest of the game here.
Do you guys remember Coco? Charlie Koklanis?
Yes.
The all-star Hersey kicker. That guy was a legend.
Foster kicks it off again for the Huskies. This one once again going to be returned by the Elk Grove returner. He's still on his feet, cutting to the outside, and is going to be tackled out of bounds at tackle by number 11, Peyton Schultz.
I believe on the receive there was Eli Roller, number 1.
Yeah, my parents offered to give me binoculars for games because I don't have 20/20 eyesight.
That might be a good investment in the future.
But if all these numbers are going to keep being like this, I may need binoculars.
I keep telling myself, the next game they're going to have better numbers. Next game they're going to have better numbers.
I think Prospect, that's our next home game, has better numbers. All right, the handoff to Buford, which is going to be tackled. A short gain there. Tillman Mulder off the tackle. Younger brother of Thomas Mulder. 2nd and 8.
I believe the running back there was Miles. Tego Miles, number 8.
Tego Miles, all right. We'll go off that.
It's going to be offsides on the Grenadiers, it's looking like. No, they're taking him off the field.
Coming off the field, Ryan Tanner.
He did not have his knee pad underneath his pants.
Dean looking to pass outside, almost intercepted by Brandon Jenkins. Intended receiver Joe Acino.
Jenkins read that pass play really well. I mean, he was just a little shy of that one, only able to get one hand on it.
Dean yet to make a completion.
And it seemed like he tried to force that pass a little bit too much. If he stayed, he had some good blocking actually up there. He had time in the pocket. If he let the play develop a little bit longer, wait for the cut to the inside, could have gotten a completion.
Dean back to pass, looking deep. An excellent coverage right there by number 5, Oliver Cohen. There's almost nowhere to go for the Grenadier receiver Ryan Tanner. And this is going to force 4th and 8. However, Elk Grove's keeping their offense out there. It's interesting to see what they've done here. They've shown aggression in the past with the onside kick.
I mean, I think there's a lot of arm strength and arm talent there, but he's overthrown his receivers twice now, and it hasn't been particularly close.
Yet to make a completion, I believe. Dean now looking to pass 4th and 8, scrambles to the outside, pass incomplete, a little over the head. Another overthrow, as you mentioned before.
You know, that's his 3rd target in a row for Ryan Tanner. What do we think's going on there? I feel like he almost had a receiver open downfield. That's at least what it looked like to me.
Exactly what I was going to say. I think he is trying to force a pass to his preferred target. I mean, you'll see it so often, especially with young QBs who need time to develop. They pick their favorite receiver, and they kind of glue their eyes to them. They don't make their reads very well. And you saw there, he forced a pass that was not there. It was in double coverage right along the sideline. And that's a turnover on downs.
And I'm not surprised it's Tanner that's the intended target. He's the only returning offensive skill player for Elk Grove. So he clearly has the experience on this offense. He's probably a captain, probably a leader out there. And so he gets most of these targets. And so far, just a couple overthrown passes there by Dean.
I believe Joe Acino is returning.
Narlock pass outside, caught by Riggs. Riggs breaking down to the sideline and is going to be thrown out of bounds. 31, Isaiah Albazi with the tackle. Isaiah Albazi, he's a sophomore. There's a lot of upperclassmen on this team. In fact, they're returning 11 starters from last season. And this is an Elk Grove team that just missed the playoffs by a field goal. Handoff outside to Jenkins. Jenkins cutting up through the middle, still on his feet. He fumbled the ball. Elk Grove says it's their ball, however, and Elk Grove has recovered the fumble. So the ball slips out of Jenkins' hands as he was diving for that extra yardage.
That wasn't even like a peanut punch. That wasn't a matter of the tackle brought it loose. He literally just had the ball slip out of his hands. He made a really nice cut inside, and like you said, I think because he was trying to dive for that extra yard, he didn't have it tucked inside underneath his armpit very much. He had it too much in front of his belly button, and it just kind of popped out. And really great job by the Grenadiers to pounce on that one. I mean,
that was Eli Roller, the junior, pouncing on the ball.
I mean, and you said earlier, Ryan, about how this Elk Grove squad just barely missed the postseason last year. There's talent on the roster.
Yeah, exactly. 11 returning players, and this is a team that was very strong last year, 3rd in the MSL East. As another handoff through the middle, dodging tackles, but will still on his feet, actually, but refs are going to blow the whistle. No more forward progress right there.
I think that's Nikolos Kovac. Could be Ethan Otano as well. I can't tell if it was 6 or 4.
Well, I have
it's
Ethan
6, yeah.
6.
Yeah, I have Ethan Otano down as a defensive end. But
I mean, the D end can still rush the ball sometimes.
And
they've got that strength.
we've seen other teams rush their tight ends or D ends. I believe, was that Niles West where they ran the tight end a couple times? Yeah. All right, Dean now looking to pass. Bullet, which is going to be caught.
Tanner yet again.
Tanner with another reception, going to be tackled by number 6. No number 6 on this roster. Oliver Cohen, I believe, with the tackle.
I mean, for Dean there, that was his first completion of the game, but also that was a really nice pass into tight coverage.
4 targets for Ryan Tanner so far. Not another receiver targeted this game.
Dean way overthrown. That one was going for the sideline, I don't even think.
Matt Demira intended target.
Dean, a senior, coming in at 5'10".
I mean, I do wonder, being a senior, I mean, is it going to be jitters, or is he worried about the lineman coming in rushing? Because, like I said, arm talent clearly is there. I mean, these throws are not wobbling too much. They're pretty tight on the spiral, and there's obviously arm strength there, but the overthrows, kind of an issue early on for the Grenadiers.
I think he's just trying to avoid that Hersey coverage, which has been on point so far. Dean looking to pass. It's going to be batted down by the Hersey defender right there. Zell Walton on the coverage.
Matt Demira was targeted for the second time there.
There's going to be a flag on the Grenadiers. And so their progress previously made before is going to back up. Not sure what that flag was. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't hear quite well over the loudspeakers. It seemed to be a little muffled there from the officials.
We have some microphone problems.
Bit of technical
difficulties on our end. We're sorting through them. Dean rolls out, and it's just going to throw it to the ground with the pursuit right there from Ryan Hafke around the edge. And Dean was at risk of being taken down in the end zone, a safety.
I mean, his center and right guard kind of bailed out on him a little bit there. They were trying to play out the play action, but Dean really had nowhere to go whatsoever.
Third and 20. Dean looking to pass, immediately swarmed, but she's going to find Tanner on the outside. Tanner still on his feet, is not going to pick up the yardage for the first down. Number 0, Ryan Sather on the pressure to Dean. Almost had him in the end zone, but Dean just pitches it off to Tanner, and Tanner is going to pick up considerable yardage right there, making it 4th and 5.
That's Tanner's second reception, and also the second reception for the Grenadiers.
All right. Somebody's on the field for the Huskies.
That is a special needs. We saw him in the big game. That is a special needs kids from the Huskies.
All right, so a Hersey student makes his way onto the field. They're going to delay play, but we're starting right back up again. 4th and 5. Elk Grove offense still out there. From sorry, I don't know if the coach, got to find the coach's name right here. From Coach O'Donnell, I mean, this aggression right here as a pass intended for Tanner goes over his head, coverage here by Zell Walton. Anyway, Coach O'Donnell showing extreme aggression so far, going for it twice on 4th down, onside kick to start. He knows that with a couple bounces going Elk Grove's way, that's how they're going to win this game.
I mean, they're trying to outcoach Tom Nelson, and I mean, it's not a bad idea. Like we said, Elk Grove has strengths there. And I think they're just trying to use whatever strengths they believe they have to their advantage. I think they believe their passing game is a strength, not so much their running game.
Yeah, running back for Elk Grove is averaging about, Teagle Miles averaging about 2 yards per carry.
DeAndre Swift type numbers.
Yeah. Narot rolls out looking for a receiver downfield. He's going to find one tick into the end zone for the touchdown. A 25-yard pass to Wentic in the corner of the end zone. is going to make it 20-0 your Huskies with 4:20 remaining in the first quarter, and I feel like we've been seeing this these past couple weeks. Tons of offense in this first quarter for your Huskies.
You know, I think 3 of the 4 options there for receivers were open on that play, especially in the end zone. I mean, he had so many options there.
I mean, the only thing of notice I would have spoken about was if you looked down on the near side of the field as the extra point is up.
Mao is good. Almost blocked right there by the Elk Grove defender coming around the outside. That's,
Marion Smith.
Yeah, Marion Smith almost with a block, but Mao continues to be good.
Well, to go back on the point I was saying, Jack Nolan was blocking Marion Smith down near the near side. Marion Smith wanted a flag there, thought that Jack Nolan was impeding any of his progress whatsoever. And I was kind of keeping my eye on the near side official who's actually talking to Jack Nolan at the moment. Definitely, I think there was a little bit of a missed holding there.
Yeah.
So interesting to see the official go over and just kind of give him a word of advice, maybe, hey, keep your hands down when the play's on the other side of the field, because that could have called the touchdown back.
Yeah, Nolan's been an absolute dog so far for these Huskies. He's just committed to Central Michigan actually last week, so
comes from a good football
You know,
family.
that's cool. I went to Chick-fil-A today, and I saw Jack Nolan and his brother Will Nolan at Chick-fil-A.
Together.
I
Will's
said
in
hi
town?
to both of them.
Oh, I should hit up Will, see how he's doing.
Will's did he go D1? If I don't want
He's
to
at
say
Iowa.
it
he's
wrong.
at Iowa, yes.
Will Nolan went D1.
He's not playing this year. He did get injured in preseason, but redshirted this year. But hopefully we'll see him next year.
And
for Iowa.
Will is absolutely at the prime time place for a lineman.
Yeah.
I mean, they develop linemen so well. And I mean,
they're
I've
a
known
team
Will.
that doesn't score but doesn't give up anything, and so Iowa's got to be the perfect place for linemen.
Yeah, I mean, I've known Will for a long time, and that dude just got bigger and bigger every single year. He's got a good career ahead of him.
Foster's kick is going to be returned once again by Elk Grove.
I believe that was Miles. Excuse me, Smith.
Marion Smith with the return.
It was Miles. I was right.
Miles Tego Miles with the return, takes it to about the 30. So a pretty strong return, and we've seen some pretty strong returns so far for this Elk Grove special team squad. Mr. Murphy's family coming up to the booth just to say a quick hi. Dean is going to hand it off to Miles. Miles tackled, a gain of about 4 there. You know, I'm curious when we're going to see Luke Maher come in. You know, I mentioned in the pregame show that they rotate 2 quarterbacks. You've also mentioned it too, Q-Tip. And unless I haven't seen his number and he's out there right now, I'm curious when they're going to turn to the junior.
I do wonder if it's going to be a quarter-by-quarter switch.
Maybe.
I mean, if you go back a handful
Wait, that is him.
That is
Number
Maher?
14.
Yes, that is Maher.
Man, dude's got better eyes than we do.
Do you 20/20 vision, Q-Tip?
I believe so. I mean,
I believe so.
It's just
He's an Air Force pilot.
I noticed that's him.
Hand off to Miles. Miles still on his feet. It's going to be tackled. There is going to be a flag.
Definite holding there from the Huskies.
Maybe on the
Cannot do that.
Huskies. Jordakakis on the tackle.
I mean, you
assisted
saw
by
him get
Jenkins.
a lot of the jersey there. So.
Oh, yeah. That was
Could be a horse
mostly
collar.
jersey.
I don't think it was a horse collar, but it's possible.
Face mask. So still in the area.
Upper vicinity.
upper body region. So Elk Grove getting the first down. And that's the first time they've moved the chains today, I believe. Second time they've moved the chains.
I can't believe we didn't notice the quarterback switch.
I'm sorry, third down. Going to be 3rd and 1.
But this is Maher on the field now.
So Maher directing this Elk Grove offense. We've yet to see him pass 2 handoffs.
Well, keep your eye there as they're in shotgun with 2 receivers
We
out
don't
to
know,
the
he
left.
might have passed before and we didn't notice the number switch.
maybe. Maher dropping back to pass, looking for Tanner, and that could be pass interference. And they're going to throw the flag on George Akakis. Yeah, it's kind of contact on Tanner right there. And I feel like we've seen a lot of those jump balls being thrown. And
Looking like Russell Wilson.
yeah, those jump balls being thrown, and maybe they're just trying to get the pass interference.
Yeah. I do think that was more of an issue based on the Tanner Smith actually trying to force that PI rather than the Huskies committing it.
Well, the flag they're saying is on Elk Grove, so no PI.
Are they going to go offensive
Oh,
PI?
they might go offensive
Because I was going to say,
PI.
it looked like he was the one that initiated contact.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's smart to try to get the sell job. But if they're going to give it to Elk Grove, I mean...
Yeah, I thought Georgia Canes held him up there, but...
Yeah.
Pass interference on Tanner, and so Elk Grove's going to back up.
That's what I was going to say. It kind of looked like Zell Walton got pulled into it, like to make it look like it was Zell Walton's PI, but it wasn't.
I mean, a lot of people forget there's still offensive PI. And there's an example of that right there, and I think it's a clear example, too, if you go back and watch it on the tape.
So 3rd and 16. Huskies still up 21-0. 3 minutes left in this first quarter. This first quarter feels like it's taking forever.
It is. Well, I mean, I will say, too, based on that last play call by Elk Grove, they do not trust their run game. 3rd and 1, and you decide to go for a pass play. I mean, you kind of put yourself in a bad position, especially if you commit a penalty.
Elk Grove taking the timeout, and this is going to be a perfect time for some of our player. Never mind, no player profiles. We had them queued up pregame.
Way to jump the gun there,
I don't know where they went.
No, we didn't have enough. We didn't have enough.
Did we already use them? No.
It doesn't matter. We didn't have enough for this.
We didn't have enough. Okay.
We'll definitely have a lot more
Prospect,
next time.
We'll load them up. So I don't know. I swear to God, I saw the player profiles in the system. Well,
we had 2. There were 2 that were okay to set up, and it's just not even worth it. It's not that big of a deal. You know, we'll have a lot more next time.
well, I pre-fired the player profiles, so now I know that no more player profiles, at least for this game. All right, so 3rd and 16. Maher and this Grenadier offense looking to convert for the second time today.
Oh, man, good for you, dude. That's awesome. That's very cool.
Pass outside, overthrown. Trying to figure out who that intended receiver was.
23, Jordan Bruford.
Bruford, I had him down as a running back pregame, but comes in as a receiver, diving for that catch, but just too far for him to grab.
Marion Smith coming into punt. I feel like we've seen him do about everything.
Wentink back to return for the Huskies. I believe the Huskies score one more time before end of the quarter.
I think they'll get really good field position here. I'm going to be interested to see if we can get a nice little return.
Short kick going towards the cheerleaders, and it's going to go out of bounds. Caught by number 93. It's Maximilian Pagos, the sophomore on the sideline. So
everybody went
excellent return there from Pagos.
Well, I said we would get a return, but that's not exactly what I was envisioning.
Wrong return, wrong field, but excellent field position, like you said. It's a good time to give you some scores from the MSL East. 0-0, Meadows, Buffalo Grove. Prospect already up 28-6 on Wheeling. You know what's interesting there, that Wheeling got a score. You got to imagine that's a turnover. They didn't drive all the way down the field. Narod with the handoff to Jenkins. Jenkins finds a hole. Still on his feet. Trying to make up for that fumble on the previous drive, and is going to be tackled at the 10-yard line. Sorry, 2 drives ago. But a strong run there for about 20 yards for Jenkins as he gets his offense going.
I mean, he fought through contact.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's a power running back, but I think the difference with him, he's not a true power running back.
Yeah.
He's a nice, I'm going to say he's more of a hybrid running back because he does have great breakaway speed as well.
Yeah, tons of speed, very shifty.
Yeah, and especially the whole idea of yards after contact. I mean, that's what we see Ashton Ginty do in the NFL, and we're seeing Brandon Jenkins do that over and over again.
Another handoff.
Jackson Travis.
This time to Travis. Travis breaking towards the end zone for his second touchdown in the past 2 weeks, and There's a flag every time Travis runs it into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a flag
back from Travis
on the Hersey offense, and this play coming back. Poor Jackson Travis, the sophomore.
I actually can't believe that. This is the third time we've seen a touchdown come back from Jackson Travis.
They got to buy a mistake or something.
I literally watched him. I watched him celebrating, and then he saw the flag, and I watched his head go down. Like, no way this happened
every week. He would have like 4 or 5 touchdowns so far.
Yeah,
he only has
might have
one,
like
though.
6 or 7.
6 or 7. See RCB hitting it in the booth. RCB, you're in your 20s. You can't be doing that.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You're close to being in your 20s.
I'm not that unk yet.
All right, another handoff to Travis. Travis still on his feet. Is going to be taken down at about a 10, so makes up the lost yardage on the hold.
I still can't believe that's so brutal from Travis. I mean, he's got 4 attempted touchdowns, basically. I don't know what that you'd call that stat, but only one of them has counted.
Attempted touchdowns. I think we should add that to
Expected touchdowns.
Is that a real stat? Is that a real stat?
I mean, there's expected points added. I'd have to go through all the advanced analytics.
All right, pass this time to Jenkins. Jenkins finds a route up through the middle for his second touchdown of the game. Slams his hand down. He's clearly not happy with somebody on that Elk Grove defense, but Jenkins plows it into the end zone off the pitch for a Hersey touchdown. And it's now 27-0 Huskies.
That was because he dragged Marion Smith about 6 yards to the end zone, and he was saying, "You can't tackle me."
6 or 7 yards on the
just
track.
about.
Yeah, don't drag it too long, Antonucci.
Yeah, well, I feel like we're going to have plenty of opportunity to say 6 or 7.
I mean, it is a massive lead at this point.
You know what else, massive?
There's a little professionalism that I bring to the booth, ladies and gentlemen.
Mao. Almost blocked again. This one's going to be no good, so the streak has been broken.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
After 18 in a row. I don't know if a hand was on that. 19 in a row. I don't know if a hand was on that.
I was going to say, I think he mishit it. I mean, just from the sound of it coming off the foot and the way it was wobbling, I think he just didn't get, maybe even the hold was poor. I'd have to go back, again, look at the tape and see.
I think it was probably more than 19, just because 19 is counting this week, last week, and the week before, just because those are the stats we've mostly been looking at. It was probably more like 25.
Yeah. I think Mao he saw the pressure coming on the outside from both sides and
maybe
kind of
rushed
panicked.
it. Yeah.
This is one of the stronger special teams I feel like we've seen from Elk Grove.
I've never seen pressure like that on any of our kicks.
No.
I think that goes back to
to
who the returning players on the Elk Grove roster are. I think a lot of them are special teams players.
All right, so in a minute and 21 seconds, Johnny Fahey is going to come into the booth, take over RCB. We'll see RCB again in the fourth quarter, but I'm sure we'll be running time, so very, very few left on the mic for RCB.
They're letting Jack Mao take the kickoff this time.
A little bit of a revenge kick here. He's got a little bit of steam off on this one. High kick there from Mao.
Miles, excuse me.
Miles on the return. He has space. Miles the only person back. Miles going to be taken down at the 25-yard line. RCB in the booth calling for a hold on the Elk Grove. There is a flag on the field,
and that's on the Elk Grove side.
Yeah, I think this one's coming back. Nevertheless, we've seen pretty strong returns here from Elk Grove's offense. That was plenty of power there by Miles.
I really like that tackle from Jack Mao. I'm not going to lie, I was totally expecting Mao to just get trucked and blown through straight to the end zone, but what a tackle from Jack Mao.
Yeah, I want to know the speed on Miles off that one. He was moving down the field. He was moving.
I mean, I know that they have the analytics for that.
Yeah, someone's got it.
RCB with a great call there. Why don't you sign up to be a high school ref?
Not so much reffing, but I can analyze the game. Anytime you're going to see a flag in the backfield like that on a kick return, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be on the receiving team. It's very rarely you're going to see a flag go against the kicking team.
Yeah, so a very strong run there by Miles. That was returned for around 70 yards, but going to be called back.
If I'm not mistaken, this ball goes to where the penalty happened, correct?
I believe so. It's been a little. I've been too
I know,
focused on NFL rules
it
lately
is.
and college rules.
So I wish
so
it was just universal rules. You know,
they used to be more universal, but don't forget the NFL uses different kickoff rules now than college and high school do.
you know,
I'm a fan of the traditional kickoff format.
Yeah.
I understand the health factors for the modified kickoff format in the NFL, but I think you do lose something of the special teams factor.
I don't know.
Which is why I love the high school level continuing to do it.
And college level.
And college level,
I'm not mad at what the NFL does with the kickoffs, just because I really think it brings more to the entertainment aspect, and that's how the players make their money. What I don't like is that you have to declare your kicks.
The
I don't
declaring
care
the-
about how you set
and
up
the
kicks,
landing zone and everything.
but
Like,
the
that's just
fact
too
that you have
complicated.
to declare your kicks, it makes onside kicks almost impossible.
Well, exactly. Onside kicks already had a sub 10% completion percentage. The second you have to declare it, and you can only declare in the fourth quarter, you're not going to see a surprise onside kick in the second quarter, in the third quarter. It just will not happen anymore.
So I don't know what's going on here, but we got Coach Nelson, Brandon Jenkins talking to some of the refs.
It's been a long conversation, too.
Yeah, a long conversation. Coach O'Donnell also talking to the refs on the other side of the field. I think O'Donnell's pretty frustrated with that holding call, and Nelson just trying to get some clearance. They haven't picked up the spot where the foul was, so it doesn't look like they're going to declare this a touchdown. But the fact that Jenkins is in there maybe has something to do with Jenkins.
Well, Jenkins was one of the 4 captains at the beginning of the games, but also, like you said, the holding could have been on him.
Possible. I also definitely see a leadership aspect.
Yeah.
Wanting to be involved with your head coach, wanting to know, hey, what can I say as a leader of my skill group and tell them to be watching for. These officials, especially the high school level, they like giving tips to the players because they want to help them improve. A lot of officials view it as part of their job, not only to officiate a fair game, but to give the players advice to continue becoming better players.
Yeah, and we got the chance to talk to this official squad before the game. Very nice group here. They seem to care a lot about the game, care a lot about the development of these high school players. You see, bringing the microphone system in, that's some big-time stuff for this crew. All right, Maher coming back in as quarterback. 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in this first quarter. RCB, I feel like you've been here forever. I feel like we've called the whole game.
Man, you're tired of me in here already?
No, not that, but Maher taking it himself, quickly going to be swarmed for the sack right there by Shaden Georgakakis coming up the middle. Yeah, I feel like we haven't seen a lot of sacks from this Hersey defense, but
they don't have the elite edge rushers that they used to have in. Excuse me. Why does this happen to me every time I try to
elite
think
edge
of a
rusher.
player?
I don't know where you're going with this.
Oh, Ethan Sather. He was a beast on the defense, but our linebackers are putting in great work. You see their linebacker getting a sack.
Well, and I've seen Hafke and Dever Pauly get in there a couple times.
Yeah, our edge rushers are good. I'm just trying to say they're not as elite. Sather did go D1.
Well, Hafke is a sophomore, so
yeah, Hafke has a lot of potential to live up to.
The handoff up the middle is Miles, who's going to pick up that lost yardage off the sack, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 as the time whittles away in the first quarter. So your Huskies with a 27-0 lead off the missed field goal by Mao, but 4 touchdowns. Jenkins has 2 of them as Johnny Fahey steps into the booth now.
How we doing, everybody? How we doing, Q-Tip? How we doing, Ryan?
I'm chilling.
How are Johnny Fahey working camera for us? How was that experience?
First time in my career. Didn't really do a lot of it in my time here. In my tenure here, but it wasn't that hard.
You always manage to find a way to get out of it.
Of course.
It's a really impressive skill. I think I'm going to need you to teach me after this.
You've never done camera either, have
I have.
you? You
Freshman year, I was.
Freshman year doesn't count. I joined the media team my junior year, so that's a little different there.
Yes. So Johnny Fahey, member at Marquette University.
Yep.
You want to tell us a little bit about Marquette for the fans at home?
Marquette's great. If you're considering going to a city school, Milwaukee is a fantastic school. I'm loving Marquette so far. Got a good group of friends out there, and we have a good time. So
you do broadcasting at Marquette?
there is a media class that I'm involved in. The Eagle Sports Report will be coming out pretty soon. We're going to start doing those within the next couple of weeks, so tune into those if you would like to see more of me. But
Yeah, as a freshman, making big steps up
Big
in
steps
big
up,
leagues
okay.
now, big leagues.
what are your key takeaways this first quarter?
I mean, this Hersey offense pretty dominant. I love to see the aggression so far by Elk Grove,
The
but
defense also going crazy. We've had like 2 sacks this game, and that's not pretty normal.
Maher looking deep, no one near where that pass was going to. I believe that was intended for Tanner, and so Maher's pass about overthrown by about 5 yards there.
It was intended for Matt Demira.
Demira. That was,
You know, okay, here's one thing. Can I just help you out right here?
yes.
You see the pink underlining? That's Demira.
Demira, okay.
Number 7, Tanner, he's got a green stripe coming off his back. I don't think he's on the field right now, though.
I saw a solo number downfield, and I just assumed it was Tanner.
You know, this Hersey defense hasn't let up a point.
Nope, they haven't let up a point
in 3 games.
Yes, yeah. So we're going to have a timeout by Elk Grove. It's their second timeout of the half. They want to talk things over before 4th and 10. They've gone for it in their own territory numerous times before. You got to imagine they're going for it again here.
I feel like you almost have to if you're Elk Grove. You're playing against a powerhouse of a team, and you either punt and lose the ball, or you just got to keep going for it.
Yeah, and this Husky offense isn't going to stop. They're going to keep scoring touchdowns the entire game. So you got to capitalize when you have an opportunity. You got to capitalize on it.
Absolutely.
All right.
It feels a little odd being back on the mic.
Yeah, it's a little weird that you're here too. Like, I'm like, oh wait, I'm a senior, and we got super senior Johnny Fahey over here.
I don't know about that. I don't like that term.
Johnny, you got a lot of friends at Elk Grove.
I do have a couple of friends at Elk Grove there.
Yeah, Johnny was telling me before the game that he knows a lot of the players on this roster because he has some close friends on this Elk Grove team. So nice to see that you're staying around.
And Ryan says I make things awkward in the booth.
Wentink with the return off the boot, going to be taken down. And so this is the first time that Hersey started their possession in their own territory.
They actually did go for the punt there, which kind of confused us. Maybe that's what the timeout was for.
Maybe just talking things over. I got to imagine Coach O'Donnell did want to go for it on 4th, but maybe an Elk Grove player stepped up and said, I'm tired of giving them the ball at the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I did do freshman year that I think we should bring back.
Yeah.
Maybe we only have 2 broadcasts left. One.
Yeah, one more after this. Maybe playoffs. I don't know.
And in my freshman year, I actually did sideline reporting. Brought somebody from the Orange touchdown there.
The sideline reporting that I remember was actually Emily Durkin on the sideline. When Emily was sideline reporting for us. Those were the good old days. Nara looking to pass deep. He finds Riggs. This pass caught. Riggs jumping up for the reception. Going to be tackled just shy of the 10-yard line.
That was a perfect ball.
I thought that was a little short, a little underthrown, but Riggs jumping up to grab that one.
Real nice ball in my eyes there.
And Johnny's, I don't know, Johnny's been pretty removed from this. No football at Marquette. This is your last time you get to be in a football broadcast, unless you work for something.
Undefeated since 1960, though.
You.
Marquette football.
Yes.
Undefeated since 1960.
They won the inaugural Rose Bowl.
They did.
I did a research project on Marquette football. My mom went to Marquette alum. So a couple of Marquette alums in my family. My uncle. There is going to be a flag on this one. Let's see what the refs have to say here. Waiting for the audible from the ref crew.
It doesn't look like either team knows what the flag is for. Normally you see some pointing. Encroachment on the defense.
The number 54, Jacob Knabb, the senior, getting called for encroachment. And so the Huskies will pick up another 5. 1st and 5. Huskies have it at the Elk Grove 8. They're threatening early in this second quarter.
You know, normally when we're at this position, you either go for a run or, I want to see Jackson Wilder with another tutty here.
I do, yes. Yeah, I'd love to see this. Everybody on this Hersey offense get a touchdown. We saw Narot, Jenkins, Wentick. Nara looking to pass. He finds Wilder to Q-tip. Just call it, and he does. Wilder into the end zone for the 5th Hersey touchdown so far today. Oh no, here comes the Q-tip ego.
Dude, I just don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know what happens. I don't know if Johnny, if you remember this. I think it was.
Q-tip, I remember everything.
No, I think it was me and you on the call like 2 years ago. And this team we were playing against had a really good running back, and it was like 4th and 30, and I go, I wouldn't be surprised if they run it, and you were like, Q-tip, no shot they're running it, and they ran it.
They did.
I don't know why, it just happens, bro.
So Wilder with the 8-yard touchdown reception, and it's going to be 33-0 your Huskies with a huge lead over the Grenadiers, 10:37 remaining in this second quarter.
I remember, I think Q-tip, it was my first game with you. It was like 40 seconds left in the game, and Hersey had the lead. I can't remember who we were playing. I think it might have been Barrington. But you were saying they might not go for it here, but there was about 40 seconds left in the game, and they ended up going for it. So I do remember a couple of times where
they went for the 2-point conversion. Their rig's not able to bring it in. Me and Johnny were rambling off.
Yeah,
totally
you guys, yeah.
That's on me,
You guys have me a little
While
distracted.
Antonucci was on his phone blaming it on me and Johnny.
Exactly.
Well, I was checking my messages. Anyway.
Very unprofessional.
Okay, all right.
You know, because we're professionals.
Yeah, I heard there's a few things that Johnny doesn't want me to say in this broadcast, but I might have to say them by the end of time here.
No, Johnny brings a whole different aspect. Like, I feel like RCB is all analytics, and Johnny's like.
Johnny's all fun.
More of a. RCB's a great announcer. Don't get me wrong. He's a fantastic announcer. Having a good time working camera right now.
Absolutely, he's great.
He's a very analytic guy. Does a lot of studying pregame. But you know.
Johnny, you bring butterflies in the room.
Thank you.
Butterflies. Whoa, Q-tip.
That's a great analogy.
Like in the stomach?
Don't do this.
I would hope not, Q-tip, but I'll take it as a compliment.
It was a great compliment.
Like butterflies.
Just imagine like butterflies flying in the room. Like that's every time Johnny walks in.
We're getting further and further from
the
not
spot.
like butterflies in the booth. She's afraid of bugs.
Mao with the kick. Going to be returned once again by the Grenadiers. The Grenadiers have not let one roll out so far. This is a weak return.
That was
it's going to be taken down.
You can tell because the green thing on his back. That's
green
what I was
thing on his
talking
back.
about.
What is this thing? Like a stripe?
That's like a towel.
A towel. Okay.
But I thought that was like a QB thing, but he's also a receiver with no gloves, so I guess it makes sense.
I noticed media team legend Jack Foster not kicking after this big lead. Is he still on the media team?
He is still on the media team.
We'll see him for the basketball games. Those of you missing his face.
Jack Foster, a missable face for Q-tip.
Oh, I said if you're missing his face. I didn't say I miss his face.
Butterflies in Mrs. Face's Q-tip.
Q-tip, butterflies in his stomach. As Maher looks to pass outside. Don't know who that was intended for.
Number
that
4,
goes
Nicholas Kovac.
There's been a lot of overthrown balls today.
A lot of overthrown balls. I feel like almost every pass has been overthrown.
Even the checkdowns seem to be a little bit off for the Elk Grove offense right now.
Well, I mean, they only have 1 or 2 completions. Sorry.
I feel like we've missed a quarterback switch. They had to have switched it more than just one.
Maher
I feel like
is
we've
still
seen
in.
I know, but I feel like we've seen 11 on. We just missed it.
Yeah. All right, Maher, another pass. This time he finds Tanner, and Tanner going to be uprooted by
big hit.
Zell Walton.
Zell Walton,
Like
one of
on
our
the name.
best cornerbacks. You know, he's not the tallest, but he already has a bunch of PBUs this season.
And tons of speed also by Walton. Speed is important for cornerbacks, and right there, didn't really see a speed showcase, but his coverage definitely.
I remember one of the last times I was here, Zell Walton with a kickoff return. We called him Reed McKinney.
Yes, yeah.
But he looked fast going down the line.
And we could not believe Reed McKinney was moving.
That was unbelievable.
All right, the handoff now to Miles. Miles is going to be swarmed by this Husky D line, and so maybe a gain of 1 there, no gain.
You know, their running back hasn't really been able to make anything happen for Elk Grove. And as we've mentioned, all the throws have just been overthrows. But I feel like when they do have a completion, most of the time it's a lot better gain of yards than what they're getting from these runs.
Yeah, the defensive line for the Huskies is just dominant right now.
2nd and 8. The Grenadiers at the 38-yard line. Maher still in, this time looking to pass, rolling out to the outside, overthrown and intercepted by Jenkins. Jenkins has room. He's down the sideline and into the end zone for the Hersey touchdown. Brandon Jenkins, his 3rd touchdown of the game. This one coming off a pick 6 with another overthrown pass intended for DeMario.
You know, Jenkins has been our interception leader for the past 3 years. This is his first interception this season.
Really?
Wow.
I remember last year against Maine South, he had a huge interception. You were on that call.
Pretty much sealed the game. That was probably the best game I've ever been at.
Yeah.
Huge upset. Huskies had just lost their first 2 games, and we're going against the powerhouse Maine South.
Yeah, 0-3 on the line, and they really pulled through in that one.
They really went through.
All right, they throw back out Mao. Huskies missed the extra point and didn't convert on the 2-point conversion, so they're going to resort back to the extra point. However, the speed around the edge from this Elk Grove special teams defense has been a problem so far. Mao's kick is up, and that's right through the middle. And so your Huskies up 40-0 to start this second quarter as Emily Durkin attacks a fly with a water bottle.
You weren't wrong. She hates bugs.
She does hate bugs. So I don't know what that was all about, but
imagine if there were butterflies in
I just see our producer Emily Durkin going to town on a fly.
And she missed it about 100 times, so I flicked her water bottle out of the way and crushed it with my finger. You guys know me, the absolute warrior against bugs. I mean, no fear whatsoever.
Big fighter, Q-Tip.
I mean, put me in the ring, Johnny.
I don't know about that.
Against a bug? Whew, all day long.
Against a bug, I'll take you all day. I'll give you that.
I actually really appreciate
I'll give you
that.
that.
I really appreciate
There's
that.
not a
I think back when we were calling together, it would have been a little bit more of I'm not taking the bug over you. But I really appreciate that nowadays. Ryan has just put a ladybug on Emily Durkin.
It's a ladybug.
And if I'm not wrong, I think that's Jack Foster kicking the football again.
Jack Foster.
Back out there.
This is giving Q-Tip butterflies right now.
Butterflies. He's missing the face.
Butterflies in his stomach.
Missing the face of Jack Foster.
Q-Tip right in the face.
I think sometimes I say things that I wish I could take back.
A lot of the time.
Foster with the boot. This one almost back towards the end zone. However, it is going to be returned.
Miles, I believe.
Miles, with speed, going to be tackled at the 30. Actually, still on his feet, but will be hauled down at the 25-yard line. Miles, again, we talk about his speed.
They have 2 number 5s on their team.
No.
Yes.
That's not.
They have number 5 running off the field.
I'm going to guess that that's not legal.
They have a number 5 that's the punter as well.
Yeah. Are you sure it's not 6?
100%.
Okay. All right. Yeah, well, Marianne Smith is going to get his name called double percent of the chance that
That's
we
why
call
I
his name.
couldn't believe he was punting, because I was like, we've called this guy's name so many times, and now he's punting?
All right, Maher with the handoff to Miles. Miles just brought down immediately by the Hersey D-line. Bernard Earharbor pretty hyped down there. Ben Martin with the tackle, though. Time for some scores around the league.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
15-0 Meadows over Buffalo Grove. That game's still in the first quarter. Prospect up 48-6 in the second quarter against Wheeling. And obviously your Huskies up 40-0.
Is Prospect over at Prospect this year?
Yeah, that's a home game for Prospect.
Be a big game.
No, the game's at Hersey. You mean Hersey Prospect? Yeah, that game's at Hersey.
Oh, wow. When's that?
That's 2 weeks.
Tune in then.
Yeah, tune in. Maher with the deep pass, overthrown again.
Intended target there was Peyton Schultz.
Yeah, so tune in 2 weeks. It's probably
See
our...
what I did there?
What?
Peyton Schultz is RDB.
No, I just didn't completely miss that.
I thought that was a really good one.
No.
I thought that was a really good one.
This is the first time we've heard Fiend from the student section this year. I was talking to one of the Orange Crush leaders. He said that they were purposely holding off Fiend until the homecoming game.
I believe the intended target there was actually Joe Asino.
All right, Maher back to pass. He launches over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted by Wentic. The second interception in a row for this Husky defense. He has room along the sideline. There is going to be a flag. This one might be a hold or illegal block on the Huskies. I will hear quickly from this ref squad.
Are we going to see Nathan Dean come back on the field? You know, 2 interceptions already from Maher. They're bringing the defense off the field.
Yeah, I believe the interception will stand, but it would have been on the return from the interception. That still waiting for the refs to sort it out and get their microphone on. So
You know, that's his first interception of the season for Tyler Wentic. It could be his first interception of all time for the Huskies. And Sebastian Singleton is our interception leader this season. He's coming at 2. And we have another interception from Nick Jalaka.
all right, so we have a hold on number 11, Peyton Schultz. We have a personal foul on Ben Logsden for Elk Grove. So we're going to see where they spot the ball here.
I believe they cancel out.
Yeah,
and the
I would
ball's gonna
imagine
be
they
placed
cancel out.
at where the interception was finally tackled.
So offsetting penalties right there.
They are moving the sticks up. And it's actually at the spot of the first flag, it's looking like.
All right, so the Huskies going to possess the ball here at the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10. The Huskies looking to score halfway through this second quarter. 7:46 remaining. Wentic in motion. Handoff now to Jenkins. Jenkins finding his way to the outside. He has room, and he's into the end zone. His 4th touchdown of the game. Brandon Jenkins with the 20-yard rush. Put your Huskies up 46-0.
You know, what a play there from Josh Riggs. Again, I don't know how much I can emphasize it. The downfield blocking from the Husky receivers is just unmatched. Josh Riggs and Austin Schultz both had great downfield blocks there. Jenkins had to walk it in, basically.
It's just leading to wide open field for Jenkins to just run it.
But it's downfield blocking, which we don't see from a lot of these other teams, and I believe you also have said that. Like, it just looks like the other teams are kind of watching their running back go, and the downfield blocking from the Huskies
I'm really impressed
is really immaculate.
The downfield blocking from the skill position players.
Exactly.
Like, you know, a lot of times
expect it from a tight end.
Yeah, but, you know, the receivers and everything, there is going to be a flag as Mao's kick is up and good, but both line judges throw the flag.
You know, I just want to say it's so great to be able to see Tyler Wentic play. Last year, broke his collarbone and was able to play for most of the year, and now he's here, and I get to watch him play. At the start of the year last year, he was dominant, and then he got injured, wasn't able to play, and it's great to be able to come out and see him again.
So I believe we had a personal foul on the Elk Grove player, and that penalty was declined by the Huskies. So Mao will reattempt his extra point. Same spot. Mao's second kick is up, and it's good. So Mao knocks in 2 in a row after the missed extra point, and your Huskies have a 47-0 lead with 7:37 remaining in this second quarter.
40. It should be 48.
No, because we didn't convert twice on the 2-point conversion.
Oh,
the extra
I
point,
forgot about the 2-point conversion, man.
Yeah.
I really did. I forgot we went for that.
All right, while we have some time here, Johnny, what was your favorite dispatch memory?
My favorite dispatch memory, I mean, commentating all the games has been great. You know, messing around in class is also up there.
Sorry, Mr. Hatfield, if you're listening, but that's definitely a favorite.
Purple has to be underrated.
Purple is very underrated. Shout out Mr. Murphy, who's no longer part of the media team. I found out earlier today. But I think my favorite memory would have to be the big game. It's just so much fun every year. I tuned into your broadcast the other day. It was fantastic. But the big game is always just so much fun.
We apologize that our broadcast did not go live. But if you're still looking to watch the big game, it is posted on our YouTube, the entire broadcast. So if you want to go ahead after this game, turn it on. It's a quick 45-minute watch.
And it's very fun. Probably the best day of the year, every year at Hersey. But I mean, the football games, basketball, I mean, everything is great in the media team.
Especially when I'm there.
I was going to say, especially when you guys were there, but you kind of took that away from it. So.
Foster with the line drive kick. Elk Grove's going to let it roll through the end zone for a touchback. So that's the first touchback that Elk Grove's accepted, I would say, so far this game.
You know, I'm really trying to prove my point. I swear there's 2 number 5s, but I doubt they're going to punt again.
Q-Tip, what's your favorite dispatch memory? You know, you're a senior as well as I am, so curious to hear what you have to say. And plenty more memories to be made so far. We still have a couple months left, but...
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I think the big game's great, but I don't know about my favorite.
I have my favorite memory of you.
Well, can you tell me what that is?
After this next play, I'll tell you what it is. I don't think you're going to like it, but... All right, Maher with the handoff to Miles. Miles going to get tackled at the 23-yard line. My favorite memory was seeing you getting chewed out in the podcast room for not doing any work.
Back in at the freshman year?
It was sophomore year, I thought.
I was not the greatest. I don't remember which year.
You were. I don't think you were there for that, were you?
I've made a lot of
Your
progress
sophomore year?
since then.
No. So my favorite Q-Tip memory is him being. We had like a week left in the school year, and you look down the sheet that Hatfield has for all the points, and Q-Tip had 0 potential points because he had 0 projects done the entire year. But he ended up saying that he hadn't submitted them at that point. But
I really haven't. I didn't. I just forget to write them down on the sheet. The sheet
that's fair.
is just
That's
annoying.
totally fair.
Miles is going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage, forcing 3rd and 6. Ball on the Elk Grove 24. All right, go back to what you guys were saying.
I really don't know what my favorite memory is, to be honest. I feel like
Think long and hard on it.
if we, honestly, my favorite memory was back when Hat brought us to downtown Arlington. We were on a bus, and me and Roman.
Were you at Lake Geneva?
No, I was not at the
you
Lake
weren't
Geneva.
there.
But me and Roman went into this sushi place, and we tried this dragon sushi. And I did not want to try the sushi, so Roman made me try a spoonful of wasabi, and it's all on video.
That's Roman Dubicki. He's a previous producer before Emily and member of the dispatch team off at Loyola right now. Pass over the middle by Maher is going to be caught by Demaria.
No, that is number 32. Wait, they don't even have a 32. 22.
22 Gomez?
I
the
believe
sophomore.
so. Ryan Gomez.
So your little cheat sheet isn't working. The pink undershirt could be Gomez or Demario.
Oh, no. Gomez doesn't have a pink undershirt.
He had a pink undershirt.
I promise you he didn't. Well, it works for Tanner. He's got the green towel.
Tanner's the easy one. All right, a handoff now to Miles. Miles trying to find a way to go, and he's going to be tackled by Riggs, assisted by Riggs, tackled by Zell Walton coming in.
Walton having a great game today.
Great game here by
on like half of the defensive
we've said his
plays.
name a lot, and I feel like we haven't said his name a lot so far this season. Johnny, texting your girlfriend who's in the Elk Grove student section right now.
I did, yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for announcing that to the crowd.
Yeah,
that's great.
I'm sure our 20.
She'll appreciate the shout out.
That's great, yeah.
Yeah, shout out Johnny Fahey's girlfriend, senior at Elk Grove. Sure.
Boy, does Ryan know how to make it awkward in here.
He does know how to do it.
Nothing wrong with that. Maher's pass looking deep. Another one that's overthrown.
I just don't understand where
It's by like 10 feet every time, 10 yards every time too.
It's like
it's
10 yards.
I don't know. You got both Dean and Maher overthrowing the ball. Maher at least has had a couple more
Maher's
receptions.
had 2 interceptions though.
Completions,
I
but yeah,
want
the
to see
2
Dean come back on the field.
You know, of the people I know in Elk Grove, Dean is one of them. He keeps a note card on in his mirror in his car that says 9-0 on it because that's what they predicted themselves to go this year.
That's a lofty prediction.
It is a very lofty prediction.
I mean, almost like a bedroom. It's so much like a loft.
Oh, wow.
Love story playing by Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift just released her new album today. What was it, The Life of a Showgirl or something? So Maher's pass completed to Tanner for the first down. He's going to be tackled by number 21, Nick Jalaka.
See, this is what I was trying to say. Every time there is a completion, it only gains them a few net yards.
Would you consider yourself a Swiftie?
No. I've heard a lot about the new album coming out. Have you listened to it?
I did give the album a listen.
Wow.
It was 44 minutes. Was
it good?
Terrible.
Okay.
Emily Durkin, I was talking with her earlier, said that it was okay.
Emily Durkin
There's
is
some
a
interesting
Swiftie.
names of like some of the songs on there. I don't know.
I didn't really pay attention to it that much. It was just background noise.
Maher's pass is incomplete. They're not saying it was a fumble. It is going to be picked up by Walton, but it wasn't in the hands for 3 seconds, so an incomplete pass. Moving to 2nd and 10. I thought that was a pretty decent pass.
3 seconds?
I think it's 3 seconds. Unless
that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you need
Gomez
to
intended
have possession like between the I don't know.
Well, that's a 3 seconds seems like a long time.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
feel like they just have to call possession, and it didn't really look like he was still bobbling it there, you know?
2nd and 10. Ball on the Elk Grove 45, still in their own territory. Or sorry, in the Hersey 45. So in Hersey territory. It's the first time they've been in Hersey territory.
Remember when you tried to tell me that Gomez had pink undershirts, and he clearly doesn't?
I'm going to watch the film after this. I thought he had a pink undershirt. It is pink out for Elk Grove today, so see pink being sported. Maher, pass, deep.
See, like that, Maher didn't even know the route there.
That literally was 20 yards
You could have called intentional grounding on that.
You could see Tanner caught inside, and Maher throws it long outside.
Yeah,
Maher did not even know the route there, or maybe Tanner ran the wrong route.
Yeah, maybe. I think
that was an obvious route mismatch.
It might be miscommunication on the routes right there. But, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Tanner, a returner for this Elk Grove offense. So if anybody should know the routes, it should be Tanner. Especially since Coach O'Donnell he's been in this program for a little bit now. Maher with pressure dumps it off.
Miles
to Miles. Miles with space. He's going to get the first down. He's going to get crumbled.
That looked
he is on the ground, and
that looked very
he's
painful.
struggling to get up right now. So his helmet is off. He is being aided by his Elk Grove teammates. He is going to get up and head towards the sideline, but will not be able to be in for this next play.
He kind of just had somebody go on his back of the legs. He went like this, and then somebody came in front of him almost like a scorpion.
Yeah, that didn't look safe.
Yeah, no, that didn't. But I'm glad he got up right away. That's definitely a good sign.
Yes.
Wow, is he tough? I think I would be on the ground calling for my mom.
Q-tip, you would have absorbed
you said you wanted to get in the ring pretty soon, no?
Against the Bugs.
Against the Bugs. Against the Bugs. Got it.
I could beat a bee.
I don't know.
I'm taking down a bee, bro.
What if it stings you? Are you allergic?
I'm going boom, slapping myself. That bee's dead.
Wow. Very animated in the booth.
Yeah, this is having a great time here, Johnny. He back in the studio every time.
You wouldn't do this with RCB, would you?
No.
You wouldn't be talking about swatting bees.
No.
I think RCB would get a little mad if
I think he would.
slaughtering
a little serious.
bees. Swatting, excuse me.
But RCB's a professional. We're just
RCB's very professional,
and he's got a good future ahead of him.
Of course. Are you saying that we don't have good futures ahead of us?
I don't know, maybe not you, but
wow. Okay.
The hate against Johnny today is
quite hurtful.
Unmatched. Actually, I don't know. One time I did call you ugly
on the stream. You did do that.
I missed this moment. And Maher taking some time before the snap. He is going to look to pass. This one looking pretty good, and it's caught. Gomez with the reception downfield, and that was an excellent pass. That was right into the breadbasket there.
That's the first throw that I've seen all night that's been perfectly dotted by the Elk Grove offense. And the Huskies are going to need to either.
Good defense too.
Yeah,
that was an immaculate pass.
George
only spot he could catch
on the coverage right there, and that's the most that George Dacus could have done without a PI. Yeah.
I think the Huskies right here are going to have to get an interception or a fumble here if they're going to keep their shutout record.
Yeah,
for the last 3 games, they're in field goal range, it looks like.
3:23 remaining. Elk Grove looking to score. Maher fires a pass off the hands of Cohen.
Oh my gosh, Johnny almost called it. You almost pulled a Q-tip.
I almost pulled a Q-tip. I don't know if that's what I'd call it.
I think that's what everybody watching is calling it.
So Maher's pass off target, almost intercepted by Cohen. Sets up 2nd and 20. Second and 10. It says 20 on the scoreboard. The ball is on the 20-yard line. Maher looking to pass, looking for Tanner. What a catch by Tanner, in for the touchdown. Tanner with the one-handed grab, coverage by Cohen.
I mean, literally nothing else you could do there.
I almost thought that was PI too. He was on him, and he makes the one-handed snag out of nowhere.
Yeah, that could have been offensive PI, maybe. A little bit of hand fighting there.
Just an unbelievable catch.
Yeah, unbelievable catch by Tanner. That's the type of pass and play he's been looking for all game so far today. This moves the score now 47-6. Your Huskies still with a huge lead, but definitely is going to pick up some momentum right there for the Grenadiers.
I do want to point out, it looks like he did know the route that time.
The extra point is going to be good. Well, what are you cracking up about?
I mean, just he was a little avoiding that real quick.
What?
The Q-tip comment about the knowing the route that time.
I kind of
Just completely.
Yeah, see, Q-tip. Sometimes I tune you out.
I think that's extremely rude. You know, I
think it was a little rude. That's
I
why I was
actually hear
laughing.
a lot of the parents say like that you kind of just ignore my jokes,
I
and
know
they
your
like
jokes.
my jokes.
Yeah, I just like jokes. I be honest, I don't laugh at things I don't think are funny.
Jokes are supposed to be funny, Q-tip.
Yeah.
But everybody watching thinks they're funny, and then Ryan comes here and he's like, "Oh, that one was not very good."
You know, well, I mean, they weren't.
Yeah, but like you gotta flow with it.
I
you know?
control the poll on the Hersey Dispatch website. So, in the next couple weeks, I'll put up a poll saying.
Has anybody ever done that poll?
Yes, Kyle Trujano. Kyle Trujano used to vote.
Nobody has ever done that poll ever.
No, shout out Kyle Trujano at Indiana University.
Somebody lost a balloon.
Oh no! We have lost a balloon. Oh, poor kid. That came from the student section though, so I think that.
That's what everybody was going crazy for, though. By the way, Johnny would have been really sad if he lost his balloon.
I get sad when balloons get lost. Like I feel like they just float up there and they just go down. Like it didn't deserve to die like that.
It's a balloon. I'm not really seeing the correlation.
I'm an empathetic person.
Towards balloons?
Yes. And a whistle before the kick. I don't see any flags, so maybe just some
miscommunication down there.
Miscommunication right there.
They're sending the kicker off. Maybe he's missing a pad or something. Look at, there's the other numbers. Oh, that's number 6.
That's
oh my
number
gosh.
6.
Almost had it there.
Ethan Otano.
Was it number 6 the whole time?
Ethan Otano is the punter.
So it was number 6 the whole time.
It was number 6 the whole
time.
time. So Ethan Otano back to kick here.
So Ryan was correct.
I was correct. Thank you, guys.
Hey, you want a fist bump?
Yeah, thank you. It means a lot.
I miss this banter.
But he's not going to be kicking here. It's somebody else.
Number 9.
9?
9 or it's
I
either
believe it's
Griffin
9.
Ewan or Nicholas Kovac.
It's
I believe it's Griffin.
Griffin Ewan.
Griffin Ewan with the weak punt.
You know what? I could be wrong.
Gonna be returned there by
Walton.
No, that is Walton. Walton cutting through the field. He's at the 50, getting to the opposite sideline. What moves there by Walton? He may take this to the house. He's at the 20, the 10, into the end zone for the kick return touchdown. Zell Walton goes 90 yards down the field. There was a flag thrown.
I just want to point out another great block from Josh Riggs. That's got to be like his 5th immaculate block of the night. What a block from Riggs downfield yet again, and he's a wide receiver.
I mean, just surrounded at the 50-yard line by Grenadiers, and he just jukes all over the place and made it all the way to the end zone. That's unbelievable.
There is an injured Elk Grove player down on the sideline. There is a penalty on the Huskies too, so this will come back.
But this time, speeding down the field, it was Zell Walton and not Reed McKinney.
That time it was, yeah.
Just wanted to let you know. I didn't know
Not
if we both
Reed
missed
McKinney.
it or if
I
it was
wonder,
just
does
me.
Reed McKinney still play football?
I believe he does. I'm not 100% on that.
He does. I see him on the number
I believe
29.
He does, number 29.
Multimedia legend, Reed McKinney.
He was surprisingly good at what he did for only being in there for one semester.
He was. He did. He got his work done.
Now that is what you call not pulling a Q-tip.
There is another huge bug. Oh my God! Don't touch it.
That is not a praying mantis. It's a grasshopper.
There's another. Every week we get a grasshopper. No, don't stop touching it.
Q-tip is in a fight. He's in the cage.
I'm in the
Like he
cage,
asked.
Scotty. I'm in the cage.
Emily Durkin is freaking out in the box.
Nora scrambles, uses his feet, gets the first down and more, and gets out of bounds with the little truck afterwards. I do not know where the bug went. I've got to focus on the game. Q-tip, you can work on.
It's up in the lights. I can see
I
it.
don't see it.
I see it over there. Right over there.
Oh, I can't get him from there.
Q-tip, don't get him.
Q-tip, it's fine. Just let him be.
He's my op, Johnny. I'll meet him in the ring.
Put him in the cage.
Technically,
I might take the grasshopper.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I was going to tell the story earlier. We were playing. It was kind of a game like this.
Yeah.
Not a very close game. Hersey was winning, and Q-Tip just felt the need to call me ugly on the. We were talking about that earlier.
It was a good tune-in though. Like it was just really rude.
I really don't think it was.
Travis has room. He's breaking to the sideline, but will be tackled out of bounds at about the first down line. So a gain of 10 by Travis. We've seen some very powerful runs so far from Travis.
You know, Johnny, when these games, when the Huskies are just so far ahead and there's not much left to say. Johnny is texting somebody behind his roster sheet right
texted
now
his girlfriend
so that
in the
Ryan
student
Antonucci can't see.
Shout out Ryan's girlfriend in the studio right now. Coming up here with support.
Is part of the dance team.
Coming up to support.
Yes.
Her big and strong man.
Whatever Johnny's showing was filmed from me. I'm gonna want to know what that was later.
Crazy.
She asked for a shout out. So.
Oh, okay. What's her name?
Darian. So you already gave
Darian?
her.
Is that that's the guy's name?
Wow. Very disrespectful.
Wow.
That's crazy. Wow.
Johnny, just so you know, I would never say something like that about a woman.
You know what? Hand off to Jenkins. Jenkins into the end zone. That's 5 now for Jenkins off the touchdown. No, that's 5. And
little argument.
It was definitely 4.
I believe it's 5. He had the pick 6 touchdown. He had the 3 rushing touchdowns. Then just another one right there. And so Jenkins with touchdown. Huskies now with 53 points. Let's go back to where we were talking about.
I don't think
there's going to be a flag. Hold on, flag.
Holding on the offense.
Yeah, so a lot of flags being thrown. That's costing this Hersey team off. Should have had the Walton touchdown. Should have had the Jenkins touchdown. But plays coming back. It's going to set up 2nd and 15. Or sorry, 2nd and 11. Anyway, what were we talking about before?
I think we can graze over that. We can be done with that.
So shout out Darian.
Very disrespectful.
And I would only that was very disrespectful.
I think it was rude. I think it was
how rude it was.
I think it's less rude, or it's more rude than the ugly comment.
I believe so. I was gonna say, we're always known to have banter, but that's just that's uncalled for.
I agree, Q-Tip. Thank you.
Yeah, Darien, that's the name of a city in Illinois. Darien, Illinois. I don't know if you've ever been there. Darien Sportsplex, where I used to play hockey.
And apparently to Ryan, it is also the name of a man. So.
Imagine if I was like, oh, Ryan, your mom is named after a man. That's just rude.
Well, my mom is walking at home, watching
RCB in the studio now, attacking the bug.
No,
RCB, you're way worse at this than me.
If this lands on my head at any point throughout the broadcast, I will be. No, that's what are you? Okay.
Let's just leave the bar.
Yeah, let it live. It was here first, so.
I just am trying to get it outside.
Yeah, who cares?
This poor Emily Durkin's going to be traumatized the entire rest of the stream. It's like hanging over her head right now.
Oh, it's watching
Elk
over
Grove
her.
student section's getting crazy with the flashlights over there.
Some say when...
Four flashlights.
They're gone.
Some say people, when no matter what it is, if something passes away, it's like an angel watching over you. I think Durkin's got this grasshopper watching over her right now like a little angel.
Not a clue what Q-Tip is discussing over there. Back to the game.
All right, it is 2nd and 11. Ball on the Hersey 31. Nora looking to pass again, and a little in front of Riggs there.
So going back, you think that joke made sense?
I don't understand how it didn't make sense.
I don't know how that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It made sense, but in what way was that supposed to make me chuckle?
Because you're like, oh my gosh, it's an angel watching over her, but it's a grasshopper.
Q-Tip is dying of laughter in the studio. Maybe the worst joke I've ever heard.
It's a grasshopper, bro.
We are really running out of things to say, and it's only the 2nd quarter.
And Ryan tells me not to touch the grasshopper as he's just tangled the mic cords and then jumped on me after touching the grasshopper. I don't know how you got scared of me.
Noah looking to pass. He scrambles to the outside. He has pressure, and he finds Riggs.
Did he have a foot in, though?
And
he did.
They're going to say the pass was completed.
A
so
nice
Riggs,
catch.
It is still going to be 4th down. So 4th and about 1 coming up for the Huskies. 4th and 2, they're going to say.
Somebody's brought a dog into the Husky stands. I couldn't get the word out there.
I don't think that's that rare of a thing to see. I've seen dogs here before.
Okay, see, like this, why didn't you just go with it?
I'm with Q-Tip on this one.
What's going on?
What did you want me to do? Say, oh, dog!
Yeah, you could be like, oh, that's a cute little dog, and then you move on to something else. But instead, it's like, I don't think
feel
that's
like we
very
see
rare.
dogs though. Hand off to Jenkins now, looking for a 6, and he barrel rolls
over the Elk Grove defender. So picks up the first down there, moves the chains, and so this
Johnny's
sets
just
up
yawned.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Johnny has just yawned at this game.
Not at the game. I just,
Sure.
I'm
had an early morning.
Too.
Had an early morning class today.
You know what I'm?
What time?
9 in the morning.
What class?
I worked at 6 a.m. this morning.
Really? Oh yeah, cap counselor, right?
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
What class did you have?
I had my seminar in communications, which is like
Cool. Just
kind of
nothing.
boring, honestly. Yeah.
Nara passes outside to Jenkins. Jenkins rolls the defender and into the end zone.
Oh my goodness!
For his 6th touchdown of the game. Wow! I want to see that, Roto. I need to see that again. We need an instant replay. Another flag. This one might come back, but
See,
no.
like, you were going to say 6 there, and the 5th one got called back, and so did the 4th one. So I don't know how he's on track for 6.
that would have been the 5th touchdown. Sorry, but
An unbelievable hurdle, though.
that was really
even if
impressive.
That was absurd. I've never seen I don't think I've ever seen that in the history of me announcing these Husky games.
Yeah, I've never seen a hurdle in general.
Yeah, not in person.
Yeah, this is absurd. That was outrageous.
Some like Saquon.
I think
and,
all three of us went, oh!
I tried to, like, I don't know what the word is, but hold myself back when Ryan is giving a little play-by-play. But there, I had to say something.
Personal foul going to be called on the Huskies. So once again, Huskies getting backed up. I wonder if these are really like actual penalties or if these are kind of just pity calls.
I mean,
No,
I
they're
don't.
not pity calls.
I don't think that I would call them pity calls. But
I think that's kind of rude towards the refs.
I don't know about that either.
I don't
Q-Tip.
know.
I think we're getting a little. I think we've lost the plot a little bit.
Lost the plot.
Yeah.
What was ever the plot? The game?
See, this is what I'm saying.
football
Just go with it, bro.
See, like,
go
yeah,
with it.
thank you,
I
Q-Tip.
would have gone with the plot there.
Thank you, Q-Tip.
All right, I'm getting attacked here.
No,
I want RCB to come back.
It's-
Where's RCB?
You want to go serious mode again?
Well, I mean, there's not much to be serious about, but Nora looking to pass. This time he finds Riggs and no flags. This one's got to count. Riggs with the 20-yard touchdown reception. Your Huskies up 53-7.
If you're waiting for RCB, you're gonna.
There's a flag on the play!
Oh my God!
goodness.
There's another flag.
He's pointing at the coaches or a player on the sidelines. There is a flag.
Yeah.
The refs are pointing at the sidelines.
Bench is not happy with this. I don't know if this is going to be called back or if this is just going to be an after the play type of.
I would hope it's after the play.
I'm going to listen in here for what the ref says.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Josh Riggs. He did look like he was a little excited there, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about
Yeah.
unsportsmanlike.
It's going to be enforced on the kickoff, so not an issue with the extra point or anything, and the touchdown will stand. So 53-7.
I don't know about unsportsmanlike on that one. I saw him get a little.
It was a
I
celebration.
thought he was looking at the sideline and called the unsport. I thought it was
That's
like a
what.
coach or something.
Did you see that? He
Yeah.
pointed to the sideline and was threw the flag.
Is this Foster to kick?
Jack Mao.
No, it's
Money
Mao.
Mao. Putting it through the coin slot.
Mao's kick is up and it's good. As Q-Tip says, through the coin slot.
Through the coin slot.
Money Mao.
Johnny, do you want a gumball?
Gumball, what?
Come on,
Gumball
guys.
in the coin slot. I get it.
Yes, sir, Johnny.
Oh.
You don't understand what it's like having to do analogies with this guy.
Well, a lot of your analogies don't make sense.
Yeah,
that
come on.
grasshopper
Thank
one
you.
earlier was a little off, but I get the gumball one.
I really appreciate that.
I got you.
know,
That
this
was a good one. That
This
was a
is
good one.
rejuvenating.
A lot of the time, me and you butt heads, but
Talk about gumballs. You know what I'm excited for? My halftime Kona Ice.
Yeah, that's really talking about gumballs. I see the
Yeah,
analogy
yeah.
there.
Thank you,
what?
thank you,
On
thank
this
you.
one, I'm a little lost on this
Yeah, same.
analogy.
I wasn't making an analogy,
I was just
okay?
going with it.
I wasn't making an analogy. I was saying, speaking of gumballs,
What is that?
which is a
Gumball.
food, okay, I'm looking forward to Kona ice cream. Oh my
I
God.
don't know about that. That's a bit of a stretch.
You guys gonna make me resign.
Speaking of gumballs, I might get pizza after this.
What?
See, like that's exactly what you just did.
Okay. No, I just
If you think about it, that's exactly what you just did.
get out. Yeah.
Johnny, go back to Marquette.
Wow.
Go back.
Wow.
You've done nothing but
Johnny,
real today.
I've really appreciated your presence here.
Thank you,
Johnny,
Q-Tip.
take you and Darian, hop on whatever the
What
heck.
is your problem? No,
I don't see that. What's this issue today?
Ryan's on
I'm
beat
just mentioning
today.
your
Ryan wants
girlfriend's
to
name.
smoke.
Ryan
Put
wants
him
to
in the
smoke.
box.
Put him in the box with the bug.
I'll be the warm-up. Everybody
Warm-up.
comes to see me versus the bug, and then we got Johnny and
The main
Ryan
event.
afterwards.
The main event. Of course.
This quarter is taking way too long.
This is the longest quarter of football.
This is
I've
longer
ever done.
than the time with RCB, and I thought that took forever.
This game has been a very.
I think there's been so
very
many
long game.
callbacks, it's absurd.
All right,
Yeah,
Foster with the kick.
I blame a lot of it on the flags.
Gonna be returned now by Tanner. Tanner runs out of room and will be tackled at the 35-yard line.
By McKinney.
Kind of looked like he just gave up there. He
Yeah,
just kind of wanted to be tackled at the 35.
A minute 12 remaining. Let's see if Elk Grove can get anything going, or if we might see Hersey put up another 7 on the board.
I don't want to say I jinxed it, but I might have jinxed the shutout.
Yeah, you might have.
That's on me.
Well, we
I
also
don't
mentioned
do
that.
that.
We
Whenever
also
I say
mentioned
something, it just happens, unironically.
We might have jinxed it in the pregame show. We mentioned the pregame
Mention
show.
in the pregame show. Okay, good. That's not on me then.
Johnny was supposed to be on the pregame show, but never sent me a video of his picks.
Ryan texted me. It said I needed it by
texted you 3
Time out.
times.
I'm not done. He said he
Time
needed,
out.
He needed it by Thursday night. It's Thursday at 5 o'clock. He goes, already submitted it.
Well, I went to the Cubs game, so pass outside completed to
Thank you.
DeMario.
Thank you for letting me know.
DeMario was pushed out of bounds. And
So, Ryan, DeMario has the pink undershirt.
yes, I
I know,
I
I'm just-
said that. I said
know,
DeMario
I'm
with
just,
the
I'm just
reception.
really pointing it in because you thought somebody else was DeMario. It was clearly not.
We've been talking about this pink shirt since the first quarter.
I know. Q-Tip's really
I
got to
think I
drop
want
it.
one of those. Like under my shirt, if I had a little bit of pink coming out, they'd be like, "Oh, it's pink Superman." I think that's what people
Oh,
would
wow.
be thinking.
I don't think a single
watching the
person would think that.
broadcast.
I'm not going to lie.
I think then you're just losing your imagination, Johnny. Everybody would be thinking, "That's pink Superman." Call him Clark Quinn.
Oh, wow. I just want to shout out a fan. There's a person wearing a whole Lorax fit for Orange Out.
Yes.
They just walked by on the right.
Well, it's half off now, so it's half a Lorax.
Half the Lorax, but I mean, they were dressed up, the mustache and everything.
Wow.
So we missed a little bit here. Maher was taken down behind the line of scrimmage, and there was a flag thrown. I believe this is going to be on the Huskies for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yes,
Yeah, so
roughness.
unnecessary roughness on Shaden Georgakakis there. That
54,
play.
Nikhil Deverpali.
54, sorry, Nikhil Deverpali. I heard the 4 there. So this ball will be moved forward, which will aid Elk Grove as they attempt to score down the stretch. 54 seconds remaining in this first half.
Speaking of 54 seconds, the player that just got that foul is number 54. Isn't that pretty unique?
Nikhil Deverpali. Johnny's laughing to himself over here. Maher looking to pass, and it's going to be sacked.
Spiro, I believe.
Getting hype over there.
Spiro's his first name. I forgot his last name. Zarafontis.
Spiro Zarafontis, the junior, number
Wow,
60.
that was off the rim.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Wow, off the rim. I get a backup D lineman. No, he's a starter. My fault. My
I believe
apologies.
that's off the dome is the correct terminology on
Hey.
that one.
Thank you.
Maher looking to pass downfield, and that one
Overthrown.
overthrown. I feel like we've said that word a lot today.
I feel like it's getting kind of repetitive, but it's not your fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to come up with other words.
Oh,
11 seconds remaining. 3rd and 19. Are we going to see a bit of a Hail Mary situation? The towel was thrown by Maher. I don't know what. You see the pink towel laying down there. Maher looking deep. Immediately, the ball's fumbled. The forced fumble right there by number 83, Johnny LaMonica, the sophomore defensive lineman. And we're going to go to halftime. So your Hersey Huskies up 54-7 on the Grenadiers. We've seen
explosive offense and very strong defense so far from these Huskies. Q-Tip, what has stood out to you the most?
Honestly, like you said, Brandon Jenkins is at what, 5 touchdowns
Five
so
touchdowns.
far, one of them being an interception taken back for a pick 6. He's having an explosive game. We've seen Zell Walton on defense going crazy. I mean, I'm just really excited with how the Huskies have been looking so far.
All right, we thank you for joining us for this first half. In 15 minutes, we'll be right back with some second half action. right, welcome back to the second half of your Huskies taking on the Elk Grove Grenadiers. The Huskies are up 54-7. It's been a dominant performance so far for this Hersey offense. Right now, we're joined by two Orange Crush leaders, Henry and Damien. Damien, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Damien Marcus. I'm a senior at Hersey, and I'm an Orange Crush leader.
We have a couple questions for you today coming into halftime. It looks like a lot of the section is starting to clear out. How do you feel about students leaving early as an Orange Crush leader?
It's a tough situation to be in, being up 54-7 at half. We like to take the W, but we also like all of our students to stay. It's part of the game, but the students that stay get to have extra fun, so yeah.
How do you guys prep for your games? What do you guys, like songs, various other attributes that you guys have at your games? How do you prep for it?
Yeah, I think every individual likes to do it a little bit differently. I put on my headphones, I get my playlist going, I get my songs that get me going, and then, I'm just ready. I'm locked in.
So the mental preparation, like a pregame meal, right?
Exactly.
I want to know, excuse me, sorry to interrupt, but the outfits are always on par. You guys are always wearing the same thing. Is it like you guys got a costume coordinator? Like, what's the play with the outfits here?
Yeah, the girls usually take care of that. They're better with that stuff. But, we always got to make sure we're representing Hersey. Got to wear our colors, go all out every single game, because that's just how we do it at Orange Crush.
All right, thank you guys for joining us up in the booth. Shout out Henry, homecoming court member, as we mentioned many times today. It's homecoming. So we're going to take you down to the field now. A couple minutes left here in the warm-ups, and then our second half will begin shortly. 54-7. Thank you to Damien and Henry for joining us so far for the second half. Orange Crush members, Orange Crush leaders, do an excellent job every game getting the crowd hype, getting the students going. However, it is looking pretty empty in the Orange Crush right now.
There's still a decent amount of people that have stayed. A lot of them have come down to the front level, taking pictures, getting hype.
All right, Foster's kick going to be returned. But they're going to say it's going to be a touchback, so Elk Grove will start at the 25.
That one was Marion Smith. Foster's really proud of that kick.
I thought that was a pretty good kick.
I thought it was as well.
He just did a jump shot.
All of the kickers love touchbacks.
Hit one from three. And what? It said he did a jump shot.
Yeah, he did a jump shot. Yeah. Like he did an air.
Yeah. So he hit it from three. Whatever. All right.
Oh my gosh, Valentine!
We heard that
rough start to
screaming-
the first.
Screaming was a problem on our broadcast, and Q-Tip has already broken that scream. Maher, under pressure, launches it.
There's a flag.
But it's going to go out of bounds. There is a flag. There was pressure right up there by the Hersey D lineman.
Looks like intentional grounding now.
And I thought it was before the ball hit the ground, but
I don't know.
we'll hear from the announcers on the microphone in a second. Could be intentional, but I thought he left the pocket.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on the call.
Illegal man downfield.
Yeah, an eligible receiver downfield, so this play will back up. Not that anything happened off the play. Maybe this is a good thing to get a little restart
this
here.
is great. We already got a backed up play. I just hope this game gets longer.
You hope this game gets longer.
A 2-hour first half.
Yes, 2 hours. The longest first half we've had this season, and it's probably one of the biggest scores we've seen. The handoff now to Miles. Miles takes it around the outside. He's still on his feet, and he's pushing forward, but will be stopped at about the line of scrimmage, or the original line of scrimmage, making it 3rd and 10. I wonder if we're going to get to see some Kai Parker-Peterson action here for the second half.
Maybe even Levi McEwen. You know, Levi
McEwen,
McEwen's
yeah.
dad, Steve McEwen, one of the best realtors in the state. He actually
Really?
sold my house.
That
He
is
actually
random.
sold my
That
house.
is really
Isn't
random.
that elite ball
But that
knowledge?
is good. Thank you.
Elite ball knowledge.
That is.
Ranked top 5 realtor.
You just gave him free advertising. The pitch off pass down to
24, I believe.
24. That is Jeremiah Wright. Jeremiah Wright gets the first down for the Grenadiers.
29.
That's 29, Eric Sandova. That's the first time we've said his name today.
See, the student section's not dead.
Well, I'm surprised the Elk Grove student section still showing out numbers.
Well, some of them are forced to be there the whole game.
Really? Who?
Yeah, like the Orange Crush, like what the...
They have a lot of members in there.
Yeah, it looks like they're all walking out right now.
Oh, okay. Well.
And begins the march.
The march home.
And there's about 4 people left over there.
Oh, the snap is fumbled, and Maher's going to jump on it. So almost a disaster play there, but good awareness by Maher. Maher, you know, you see this Elk Grove offense and defense, plenty of awareness with the fumbles.
Dude, I swear that's 24 and not 29.
So I asked Johnny what his favorite Q-Tip memory is, but Q-Tip, what's your favorite Johnny memory?
Oh boy.
Dude, I don't know that I have one.
He's got
You don't
nothing.
have one.
Wow.
I don't.
I'm glad I meant so
I
much to
feel
you,
like every
Q-Tip.
time we do something, it's always just
Maher looking to pass, and that's just off target, looking for DeMaria.
like I feel like I'm always like the problem when we do something.
I don't know a
always
problem.
have
I just think
outrageous quotes.
I think we always have that banter, and I love the
Like
banter.
I always appreciate when you're on the streams with me, but I can't.
What?
Our final at the light show in the baseball field was my favorite Johnny Fahey memory.
Quite
ever.
possibly the worst final ever recorded. Also,
yeah. I
also, I'll tell a little story here after this next play here.
Three outright. Maria looking to pass over the middle, and that's almost caught. I believe that was number 22, Ryan Gomez, the intended receiver. But that ball just off his fingertips, and that is going force 4th down.
Okay, so I'll tell this story now. Almost a great catch, by the way. Q-Tip and me had a final to do. We were going to go to a light show. I can't remember where it was.
Oh my
but
gosh!
Hold on, I'm not done. So
Q-Tip already knows where this is
Q-Tip says, "Oh, I got the directions. Don't worry, it's fine." So he puts in the directions, and we ended up driving to the Boomers baseball field, where was nothing going on at all. No lights at all. So when we got there, he was like, "We're here." I said, "No, we're definitely not." And then we had to drive 50 minutes the opposite direction to get to the place. So
In my defense,
High snap, but the punt does get off. Takes a Elk Grove bounce and will roll out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. Continue.
Let's
in
hear
my
this defense.
It was the listed address on the website. We ended up having to call to figure out the address.
I actually don't think that's true.
Okay.
I'm not going to let you get away with this one.
My favorite Johnny memory's got to be the cookie runs that we went on during class. Me, Emily, Johnny, almost every class, we went and grabbed a cookie mid-class because Johnny never does work.
I don't know about that.
Hopefully no one's listening from
In the
Marquette.
last 3 or 2 years that you did media, was there ever a time that me or Murph didn't edit your project?
Parker Peterson hands it off to Travis, who's going to be swarmed.
Yes, there was. I posted a TikTok. Murph said no.
He
You're
made
not
a
allowed to.
TikTok by himself.
Murph said he was. Murph said
posted.
no. It did get posted. Murph made me. He was like, I'm not helping you. And it took me like 30 minutes to figure out what to do. You were there, but he said nobody go near it.
Oh.
You don't remember that?
You made a TikTok.
I did, and it got posted. And then it got taken down like a month later because it was like.
Yeah, was it the one where we chased people down in the hallways?
What?
No.
What?
No.
I do remember that though.
That was a good one, and Murph took it down. Like for $1, was it for $1 or whatever?
Yeah, for $1, we were just running after people. People were like hiding and running from us.
That was funny.
That's Sethi behind him.
Hand off to Sethi. Sethi, we mentioned it before, very agile Sethi is. And there is a flag after the whistle. We'll see what this is about. But Sethi diving for a short game.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm loving how many flags there are this game. I really appreciate the time that we're able to spend with Johnny in the
Well, it's running clock now.
That's very fortunate.
Flag is on Elk Grove, so the Huskies will move the ball down the field. So next week, Elk Grove going to take on Wheeling at home. That's a classic rivalry, two bottom teams typically. There's a lot on the line for that game.
That is a lot on the line.
And the Huskies taking on Buffalo Grove, rival of the North.
What's Wheeling's record at the moment?
Wheeling is 1-4.
I believe
about to be 1-5.
I believe Elk Grove is the same situation.
Yeah, so
maybe 2-4.
Yeah, Wheeling playing
After
Prospect right now. Prospect with a big lead. I think they were up 62-13 last I saw. Parker Peterson looking to pass. He's scrambling.
And who does Hersey have next week?
We have Buffalo Grove next week.
A big game.
Yeah, so big week of games. Buffalo Grove has looked better down the stretch. However, they are losing big right now to Rolling Meadows. Rolling Meadows is a team that looks pretty dominant. Yeah, they're looking really good. And I'm week 9. That's a pretty big game. I wish I could be in attendance for that one.
Q-Tip, have you been in the student section at all this year?
Yes, I went to the Barrington game.
I noticed last year you didn't really go to a lot of the away games.
No, I did not care for blowouts to a certain extent.
That's fair.
The handoff now to No, that's not Travis. That is number 24.
Sethi.
Arjan Sethi. It's a gain of 7 along the outside there, and it's going to be 2nd and 3. Ball's on the 30-yard line. So 3rd and 3. See if they hand it off to Sethi here. Parker Peterson directing the offense, takes the snap. Handoff once again to Sethi. Sethi has room up the middle. He's still on his feet, trying to find his way around number 15, Owen Fromm, with the upfield block there. In 2 minutes, RCB is going to come back in the booth to close it off. Thank you, Johnny, for coming.
I think this will probably be my final sign-off
final sign
for the Huskies. So, Ryan, you've been asking everybody, what's your favorite Q-Tip memory?
My favorite Q-Tip memory.
Why is it always a Q-tip memory? Like,
well, I'm not going to ask what his favorite memory is.
I said what it was.
I can't remember.
When he was getting chewed out by Mr. Hatfield in the podcast
I do
room.
remember that.
I can probably come up with another one.
That was fun.
Hand off to Sethi. Sethi immediately almost tackled, but he finds his way to the outside and will be brought down by number 2, Joe Asino.
Number 1,
Oh, that's number
Eli
1.
Roller.
Eli Wooler with the tackle. That's about at the 18-yard line. And so Amos Mealy gets tackled by the line of scrimmage, but stays on his feet, gets to the outside, and picks up some yardage for the Hersey. For Hersey, it's going to be 2nd and 6. Well, I'm trying to think of other Q-tip memories now, and I can't really think of one.
A lot of mine is just the friendly
I'm just
banter.
glad that a lot of them haven't been said on the broadcast.
All right, a handoff now to Pham. Pham still on his feet, moving inside, outside, but is going to be tackled. You know, we say this almost every week. A lot of sophomores out here for the
I
Huskies.
said it last week, Johnny. I don't know if you knew this. Did you know Owen Pham was a member or participated in, I guess, American Ninja Warrior Juniors?
I did not know that. Who was that you said?
Owen Pham.
American Ninja Warrior.
No, I said who.
Oh, Owen Pham.
I did not know that.
Just like how you didn't know that Levi McEwen's dad sold my house and is one of the best realtors in the state.
Well, lots of shout-outs. I'm not sure what that is. That sounds like a foghorn.
There's a foghorn coming from somewhere.
It feels like it's in the box.
It sounds like it's in the box.
Handoff now to Sethi. Sethi.
I believe that was a car horn in the parking lot.
Well, that was...
It's a loud car horn.
Oh, yes, there is a truck that comes around Hersey all the time, and it blows out this black smoke. It's like a monster truck, and it has the loudest horn you'll ever hear. It's totally modded out.
Yeah.
Guarantee you it was that truck.
Yeah, I think RCB just turned to me, believe that was a modded truck or something. So.
Well, I think that's going to do it for me as a Husky in the announcing booth. So,
Johnny, we appreciate everything
Johnny, you've
brought us throughout the year.
You really brought so much joy. Butterflies to Q-tip.
Butterflies to Q-tip.
And we're so happy that you were able to come back.
I've enjoyed my time here. Thank you guys so much for having me back.
Thank you, Johnny.
I will see you guys later.
Absolutely.
RCB stepping in for the final time now.
A warm re-welcome to RCB.
Yeah, it was. Well, I feel like it was 2 hours ago when we saw you last. So.
How was your time on camera? Very boring, or would you say it was ecstatic?
It was enlightening.
That was okay. That was a good one. It's a good one.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Ready to know who it is?
Singing on air.
Solid. I sung on air.
Hey, I mean, that kind of steals my bit with Q-tip back in the day.
I remember that for sure. I don't know what you're talking about whatsoever. Was it just the naming songs?
No, we would sing sometimes, but maybe that word is
I think I would just get every lyric wrong. I think I remember that.
maybe. I haven't heard this song maybe in 10 years. Bro, Antonucci is hitting the moves up here in the booth. Someone get a camera on him.
I bet I have a better Nene than you.
Nene. No one can have a better Nene than me. What are you talking about? Peterson hands it off to Sethi. Sethi diving for that first down. It was 4th and 3, and Elk Grove believe that they've held them up, and the refs agree. So this one's coming back the other way. Elk Grove with the 4th down stop. And so with 11:50 remaining, Elk Grove's going to get the ball at their 15-yard line.
Come on, gang. You guys see that little dog that's up there in the...
Okay, wait.
Oh, my God.
I pointed out the dog, same exact way you did. I was just excited to talk about the dog. This guy goes, Q-tip, there's a dog every time we're here. Why would you say that?
There is a dog every time we're here.
Okay, and it's still a tiny dog.
What do you want me to go? Like, oh, yay, dog. Like,
I don't know. I think you're an animal hater. That's all I'm hearing.
I don't have any pets, actually. Hand off to...
Number 29.
I mean, you're a handful enough for your parents.
Well,
That's probably why they don't get a pet.
Eric Sandova. Oh, wow, okay. Eric Sandova.
The problem is, the thing is, you said he's a handful, but a handful of what? What is in the hand? That's what I want to know.
All right,
is it a handful of sand?
Can we agree that was
11:02 to go in the fourth quarter?
That was a Q-tip miss.
Air ball.
Air ball. Oh my goodness, Valentine.
Okay, but when I said it, it wasn't funny. No, I get it.
All right.
No, I get it.
Sandova tackled by McKinney. That's a 29-on-29 crime there. McKinney with the tackle behind the line of
I'm
scrimmage.
hearing McKinney's name a lot more in this second half than I did in the first half.
Also
there's a tight end called McKinney. Not related, but there are two players, and the tight end did have a reception.
We also heard McKinney with an excellent touchdown return last year, which ended up being Zell Walton. We touched on that earlier in the broadcast, but glad to see him out there today. All right, Maher back to pass, finds Tanner on the outside and is going to be immediately tackled by Oliver Cohen. This is the most empty I've seen the Orange Crush. You know, normally, like, in the Niles West game, the Wheeling game, you still had a whole full section.
It is the night before homecoming. I think a lot
And
of
this
people
game
are
is
gonna
taking
wanna do something
forever.
with their friends. This is the longest game we've had this season.
Yeah, that first half was unbearably long.
All right, so we were talking about Johnny favorite memories. Like, what's your favorite RCB memory? Q-Tip.
Oh my gosh, I don't.
Maher hands
He doesn't
it
have any
off.
good
No,
memories.
I do. I just don't want to say them on live.
Hands it off to Sandova. Sandova going to be tackled up the 30-yard line. All right, what do we have?
I was.
Yeah, I have a couple that I don't really want to say on
I
live
was gonna
either.
say, like, when I heard out that RCB had a sickness, and I totally just did not believe him, and I was like, yeah, sure, RCB, sure. That's totally right. That's got to be my favorite memory with RCB.
All right, well, interesting there, Q-Tip. Handoff to Saldova. Saldova tackled. I believe you got the first down there. I was going to say my favorite memory of RCB has got to be the food podcast.
Food podcast was
You guys
fun.
rejected me from that. So.
Yes, you did not make the cut for the food podcast.
And I think that's
my
kind of absurd that
sophomore
Ryan
year
just
and
gets
junior
to
year.
decide who's on the food podcast.
Well, it was a group decision. It was
It was
off
not a group
application. It was
decision.
application
It was
based.
totally
There
bogus.
was a full application. We did bring
And
in
I was the
candidates.
only-
We had them
I was the
interviewed.
only person declined both years.
Well, I cannot speak about the second year, but I can speak on the first year.
Q-Tip's upset that we declined him
I
from the
think
food
that's
podcast for 2
totally
years in a
unfair. What the
row.
heck is that?
I think you should just record a food podcast this
Maher,
year.
hands off to Saldova. Saldova still on his feet, but it's going to be tackled.
I know you might have to start your own podcast, Q, as protest.
It's honestly
Yeah,
just
start your own
rude
food
at this
podcast. We
point.
can have rival food podcasts. That'd be kind of fun.
I think people would find me much more entertaining than you, Ryan.
Wow.
Which one?
Him, of course.
Okay, thank you,
The
thank
most
you.
entertaining.
Wow. I'll take a tremendous offense to that. Anyway, my other favorite memory is the quote book. We had some great quotes that landed in the quote book, not to be shared with the public.
They are private and lots of inside
I still
jokes.
need that old quote book. I shared it with you and I lost it. I don't know where it went.
You lost. I haven't been able to see it. I think someone might have deleted it.
Ooh. Well, that's not
Apparently,
good.
I say absurd stuff too
Maher,
often.
deep pass, and it's gonna be
Incomplete.
incomplete. I thought that was caught.
Yeah, I was just, it was
I thought it was
nearly
interception.
picked off. Yeah.
I thought it was a big toss for somebody caught it, but it's gonna be incomplete. Another slight overthrow there, but a little bit of a better pass and Singleton on the coverage.
Singleton is our interception leader. Almost had his third for the season there.
7:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's 3rd and 7. Elk Grove has it on their own 38. 54-7. Your Huskies still in the lead. Handoff to Saldova. Saldova finds a gap and breaks down the field. He has time. He's at the 20. The 10. He's going to stumble at the 20. And
Flaherty on the tackle.
Yeah, Flaherty on the tackle. Saldova, he broke through, but that Husky defense chased after him, hunted him down, brought him down.
Saldova easily could have broken away for a score there. I think there's a little bit of a miscommunication when he cut to the outside with his front field blockers.
This is what that's what I was trying to talk about earlier. The Huskies' downfield blocking has been so immaculate this game. Big
Yeah.
shout out to Josh Riggs. I mean, he's had, 5 downfield blocks that really gave so many scoring opportunities for the Huskies.
Now, should I'm asking you the reverse question. What's your favorite Q-tip memory? I said mine.
There are a lot of amazing Q-tip memories.
Pass outside just through the hands. I believe Tanner was the intended receiver there.
But I would have to
Good
say,
coverage by Cohen.
going back, favorite Q-tip memory. Oh, man, it's so hard because there are a lot of good moments just of him walking into class and just saying something funny. Just like
Actually,
right
you know,
first
I'm
start
gonna
of the
take
day.
back. I said my original favorite Q-tip memory was when he's getting chewed out the media room for not doing anything.
Oh my goodness.
But
That's
my new one is the first day of school, nervous freshman,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
And he goes, "What up, y'all? My name's Q-Tip."
It's so
And immediately,
legendary.
all my nerves and everything about freshman year of high school completely left my body. Thank you, Q-Tip, for getting me into
And
the
no,
Hersey
I
community.
start off every TikTok like that. Every video I make, I start off.
Maher
"Yo."
dump pass through the hands of the intended receiver right there. Can't see the number. I believe that was number.
I think I know my favorite Q-tip
14.
memory. homecoming video from my senior year.
That never got it. Did it get up?
It did get up.
It did.
Hey guys, it's Q-Tip, and homecoming was crazy.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah.
He interviewed me, but I did not make the cut in the final video. It was heartbreaking.
You're a bad interview.
I just don't remember. Did I actually interview you? I think
I helped you set up the camera. I literally left the dance to help him with the camera.
You should get an emergency camera and do one for the upcoming homecoming.
I'm pretty sure I was planning on making 2 videos.
But yeah, no, that was a great incident.
Maher looking to pass again. He's under pressure, and he's just going to throw it away. So near sack there. Number 49.
Remember how I was talking about Will Nolan at Chick-fil-A earlier?
Yeah.
Look who's on the field talking to Jack.
Yeah, I got to
Nolan.
talk to Will earlier today at halftime, so it was good to catch up with him. I remember I went to elementary school with him. The Olive Mary Stitt blacktop basketball games. Nothing can be beat.
Good pull.
You know, I went to Olive as well, and I totally agree with you.
I went to Pat.
Well, you don't remember OG Olive. I'm talking like 3rd grade before the renovations.
Dude, I know before the renovations. Don't play.
You were like 3 before the renovations, dude.
No, you got that all wrong. I was there during the reservation. You would have been gone. It was like my 5th grade year, man.
Timeout here by Elk Grove. So 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. Huskies up 54-7. 4th and 10 here for Elk Grove. If they don't convert, it's going right back the other way, and the Huskies are going to possess it for the last couple minutes of this game as they look to close out this one. Let's give you some scores from around the league, shall we? Is it time for that? Yeah. So Fremd is up 14-6. That's a game that we all picked Fremd, but Hoffman putting up a fight so far, down 8 in the 3rd quarter. Palatine up big, 49-7 on Schaumburg. Let's transition over to the MSL East now, as get some updated scores from that. 62-13, Prospect is up big in the 4th quarter, and 31-13, Meadows also up big on Buffalo Grove. That game's in the 3rd quarter, at least last updated by Max Preps.
I don't remember what I differed from you guys, but I know I took one different one. I just don't remember which one it was.
I'm trying to find some of our other games of the week So Stevenson is up 24-7 on Lake Forest. We all picked Stevenson for that one.
Yep.
And I've got to find the Carmel
Brother Rice
score. That's another huge one. Maher looking to pass over the middle, and it's going to be caught by Tanner for an Elk Grove touchdown. So Tanner, with his 2nd touchdown of the game, will make the score 54-13. As Doot. Mount Carmel up 20-7 on Brother Rice. We're so immature.
Well, Q-Tip, I was wondering this. What are our favorite Antonucci moments?
Wow.
That's a good question to ask.
Dude, genuinely, I feel like I'm with him so much that there's not like a moment. Like, I just appreciate Antonucci's
The
presence.
kick is up, and it's good. So 54-14, a 40-point lead for the Huskies. Oh yeah, Durkin favorite memories.
Ooh, favorite Durkin memories.
Johnny gave us that idea.
Ooh, that is a great idea from Johnny Fahey.
For context, Johnny, what's your favorite Durkin memory?
Coming back on the mic, my favorite Durkin memory is the cookie runs too.
The cookie
Nobody
runs.
could hear that. Could you repeat it?
He said his favorite was the cookie runs.
I know what my favorite Durkin memory is.
What?
When we were broadcasting the special game, or the big game, and we got a great picture of Durkin enjoying the view pre-game.
That's my favorite memory. That's a good. That's a good one.
I mean, it was a great memory. There were a couple of other pictures from that same day. Roman, who used to be with us, Roman Debicki, he was involved in some of the photography that day. So that was a fun day.
Q-Tip, what about you? You got one?
No.
Oh. Well.
Q, what's your favorite personal memory of something
I
you
feel like
did?
Me and you have never, like, what? Obviously, I appreciate you doing the lives, but that you do that every day. I feel like I've never
Where is this one going?
out of the ordinary with you. Same thing with you, Ryan. It's just I just appreciate both your guys' presence.
you.
We've always been like a
Thank
squad
you.
together.
Thank you. I think my favorite Durkin memory is actually this year, and no further comment, but So, and that ball, onside kick, going to be recovered by the Huskies.
It actually was touched by an Elk Grove player first.
Yeah, so that was
Had
close.
his
They
hands
almost
on that ball.
got that onside kick down 40. Could have been a game changer in this one, but Hersey going to start with the ball at the 45-yard
For
line.
instance, the cookie runs and stuff on the food podcast, I was never on any of those. The only experiences I have with you and Durkin is doing the lives.
Well, we appreciate Q-Tip. There is no dispatch without Q-Tip. I will definitely
That is
say
true. Q-Tip has built his own brand here within the dispatch.
He's reinstated fun in the dispatch. I'd say
That's a good way to say it, yeah.
That's Q-Tip's role, fun bringer.
I just kind of say whatever is on my mind most of the times.
We
and
see
it
that.
brings a different aspect.
Parker Peterson's going to hand it off to Sethi.
Travis.
Travis with room on the outside. A powerful run by Travis. It's going to take us down to the Elk Grove 40. So already with a 20-yard run, taking it into Elk Grove territory.
I think they're going to get one more playoff here with 33 seconds as the clock is winding down.
Parker Peterson hands it off to Travis. Travis, he got hurt
It looks
on
like
that
he
run.
just stepped weird on his leg and maybe pulled a muscle.
At least he gets up, no problem. Might have been a cramp or who
Yeah,
knows.
looks like
But
he
that was scary right there, the way he
shoulder
started just to
cramp.
fold. And, we've seen a lot of issues with ACLs and stuff. But anyway, he's up and good, and time is ticking away. 3, 2, 1. Your Huskies will take home another homecoming win. 54-14, your final score. We thank you so much for joining us tonight. Next week, your Huskies travel to Buffalo Grove for another MSL East matchup. It's a huge game as the Huskies begin their road travel trip, whatever you want to call it, with some MSL East play. And any insight on that game, Q-Tip?
I mean, I'm really excited. Obviously, like you've said, BG's been starting to put up fights against these teams, but Meadows just destroyed them tonight, so I really don't know. Is it going to be, as you like to say, a wheeling team, use it as an adjective, or are they going to put up somewhat of a fight?
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that 3 huge games to close off the season, right? You start with Elk Grove wheeling, kind of buffer opponents, right, to get your MSL East campaign started. But closing off with Buffalo Grove, Prospect, Meadows, some tough games down the stretch here to the Huskies. But we'll see you next time, 2 weeks' time, where your Huskies will take on the Prospect Knights. Huge rivalry game.
Absolutely.
Until then, I'm Ryan Antonucci, joined here by Quentin Bursch. Thank you to Johnny Fahey and Ryan Contreras-Betts for joining us in the studio. Producer Emily Durkin, our cameraman Zara. We thank you. Good night.